That's not even ink.
Let's go, baby.
No, into here.
Let's go, baby. Let's go, baby.
No, you gotta say it clear, otherwise you won't be able to hear it.
Let's go, baby.
He's a sniper. What's he carrying in everyday life? What's he got on him?
They were just talking about meditating.
He had his beats for meditating, bro.
Whatever you say. Alright, ready?
Yeah. You know this.
Grab that. Let's do that first.
Is that enter to win?
That's from the
month?
member party.
Sweet. We'll see how many Randy's got in here.
Because he wasn't here.
How many members, man? You step your fucking memberships up. It looks like there's
No,
like
this
6
is
in there.
this is just from the party.
Oh,
so
the
who,
party.
like,
Oh, okay, true.
who was here? You know what I mean?
You get to draw it.
Yeah, I'll draw it so you guys can't cheat.
So two.
Randy
one-
low key paid me to pull his name, so let me just see if I can find it.
It's funny because
If I did, if I do
what's
pull it by accident.
What's the first
it
one?
doesn't like pizza since I got it in my hand.
Sarah Pearson? Yeah, Sarah
Yeah,
Pearson.
okay.
Congratulations, Sarah
Okay,
Pearson.
that'd be for pizza.
Okay.
Oh, I thought that was membership. Sorry.
That's
Pizza
pizza.
only. What one's this for?
Oh, it says membership, so she's got first dibs.
Oh, okay. 'Cause
So
she
we'll say
wanted-
membership.
Okay, I
Okay.
guess that's a good point. Writing down, like, if I get drawing, I want the
Yeah,
And then
that's
if
what she
it's something
wants.
else is picked first, then okay. So,
But I mean, it's up to you though, because like whatever you're pulling first.
I would give it to this.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Membership.
So look at her. I wonder how many other people put it underneath it to see whether or not they wanted that.
Yeah.
She, like,
Yeah.
Okay, so then this one would be for pizza no matter what.
Okay. All right. I don't know. Raphael?
Yeah. Okay. Nice.
Raphael?
Raphael.
Raphael gets the pizza.
He didn't get. Yeah. Okay. Nice. Sarah membership. Raphael pizza.
Boom.
Congratulations.
Swing.
And then of course
Ching,
nice
ching, ching, ching.
train. So how's your arm?
Fucking common. She's getting there, man.
I guess so. Yeah. The last time we were talking, you were going into the fight.
Yeah, I was going in. And actually, here, hold on.
What happened?
Oh no!
Oh shit!
He's been here chilling with that on.
I've been sitting here sweating. I'm like, oh,
That's sick.
but it'll be so good to just
Dude,
bust
you
it
got
out.
a fucking belt on. That's awesome.
Oh man.
And the full arm cast. So
Yeah,
that's a
I was
good.
I was gonna ask if Joe wanted to come. He's on vacation right now though in Mexico, so fuck you, Joe.
That's hilarious. That's pretty
awesome.
sweet.
That's a sick
Oh
belt.
yeah, it's not bad. I wore it out the entire night afterwards too.
Really?
Yeah, we went down to the bars and it was so jokes,
That's sick. Let me check that out.
so funny. But yeah, so fuck man. So
Damn.
basically, man, it was like the first 10 seconds of the fight. I
Yeah,
went
but
to
like
go-
even before that, like we saw you. We coincidentally saw you the day before, right?
was it the? It was, I think it was
Friday
like
or-
the week of
The
when I.
week of.
So I was.
when
It
we
would
go
have
to
been the
Randy's.
Saturday that I was fighting, and I would have been. I think it was like a Wednesday.
Was a Wednesday.
Oh, was it?
And
Okay,
I think
okay.
it was. I think it was
Okay.
like a Wednesday or a Thursday.
So the
that I
rest of the
started
week
seeing
went
guys.
smooth.
Yeah, it was perfectly fine. Like no issues at all. Like even warming up in the back. Like didn't have any issues with my arms, like body. Like I was on weight perfectly. Like wasn't bad. And then it was just like 10 seconds in, I went to go throw an overhand right, and it like I just remember like feeling weird after that, and I couldn't use it for the rest of that round.
But nothing, you were like,
No,
"Ah."
well, it's like when you're in the moment though, like, you're so just jacked up with adrenaline that like,
yeah.
dude, you don't feel punches, let alone like anything else, injuries or anything like that happening, unless like, well, I guess it is it's a substantial injury, but I didn't feel it at all. Like it didn't hurt. I just remember sitting down after the round, and like you know how you get like a calf or like a hamstring like cramp.
Yeah.
That's all it felt like. So I thought my arm was just like cramped up and like my bicep wouldn't like release. I'm like, oh, what the fuck? So I go back in. I'm like, and I'm trying
Okay,
to.
so you have that sensation though,
Yeah.
because I can imagine that.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. But I remember it like feeling weird when I threw an overhand right, and I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. And then I didn't think too much of it. And then when I sat down, I remember like, I'm like, what the fuck? Like it won't
like
release.
between rounds type of thing.
The first round, like it was, dude, I'm telling you, the very first round, 10 seconds in, that happened.
10
Yeah.
seconds in.
Yeah.
Damn.
And then I sat down, and it just felt weird. Like it just like felt like it wouldn't release, like it was cramped up.
Yeah.
So I'm like, oh, like whatever, it'll release eventually. Like I won't think too much of it. But then I was trying to throw it, And like, I just like, I couldn't, cause it was like cramped up, and it was like, I'm sure I did throw it a bit, but like it wasn't working. Right. And then after the match, I went and sat down in the back room, and I'm like, oh man, it's still fucked up. And I looked at it, and I could see it like recoiled halfway up. And I was still in my mind though, I'm like, no, there's no way. So I'm like trying to stretch my arm out on the wall, and it's like not like releasing. And I'm like, the only time it looked normal is when I was pressing it up against my side. And then they went and got a doctor. And then the first doctor, she was like, oh yeah, like it doesn't look like it's fully torn. It's like, if anything, it's just a partial.
That was not the same night though.
The same, right after the match.
Oh, right after the match. Okay.
Right after the match, she was like, oh yeah, it's like, she was doing some tests on it, and like I had good strength in it still. And so she was like, oh, it's probably just partially torn. I wouldn't, and who knows, man, because I ended up going out and drinking that night. So fuck, I might have fucked it up. But like, there's pictures. I'll see if I can find a picture real quick for you of the match. So I'm pretty sure I didn't fuck it up that night, because you can see it here. Look at this. You can, you can, in case show the camera.
I don't know if you'll be able
No, I
to.
might not be able to. Oh, you can kind of see it recoiled up. Oh, that's gross.
Oh, it's got like a little egg in there.
Yeah, it's like halfway up my arm is the bicep. So like you can clearly tell it's fully fucking torn like the night of. But the doctor was like, oh yeah, it just looks like it's partially torn. Like they won't do surgery on that. It'll just be like strictly cosmetic, and it'll look like that. And I, right after she said that too, I was like, I think I'm going to get a second opinion in the morning. And she gave me the dirtiest look, like I was like insane for even suggesting it.
Wow.
And good thing I did, because I was talking to you like 2 days after the event, and I sent you those photos and how it was all purple, and you're like, yeah, it looks like it detached right from the forearm. And then so I went to the hospital, seen a doctor the next day, and he was like, yeah, like I think it might just be like partially torn, like I wouldn't.
Because I was like, I don't want to scare him, but like definitely go get that checked out further.
Because honestly, if I didn't talk to you, I might have just like
left
waited
it
for a bit. Like who knows, right? And then the doctor was like, yeah, like it looks like it's partially torn, but we won't know until we get an ultrasound. So I went and got an ultrasound the next day after I seen him. Had the ultrasound, went back into the waiting room, and I'm waiting for them to like give me the results. And then they call me up to the desk. They're like, yeah, I need to go back and do another ultrasound. I'm like, the fuck? Why am I going back for another one? So I went back in, got more ultrasounds, different angles of it as well. And then I was talking to like the nurse, I guess, maybe the technician in there, not the actual doctor. And I was like, this can't be good coming back. I'm like, what's your opinion? I know you can't say anything, but I'm like, you think it's fully torn? She's like, it looks like it is. I'm like, fuck, no.
Damn.
Man. So, and then I went back to the reception, waited to get called back again for the results, and then they told me that it was fully torn. Told me the different options, but basically, like, you don't have to, but like judging, like, you're so young that I'm assuming that you'll want to be able to have like full strength in your arm again, right? Because it's going to be at least 20% less stronger just for the rest of your life if you don't get it fixed. I'm like, yeah, I definitely want to get it fixed then. Like, let's just do this as soon as possible. But it sucked because from the point of doing it, so it was the 15th, and then I didn't have surgery on it until the 4th. So, like, I was in a sling, like, just, like, wasted 2 weeks of, like, recovery, essentially, like, waiting to get in there for surgery.
So what was the feeling? Were you in pain?
For surgery?
No, like, just, like, before surgery,
so,
like when it was touring, like, what
thing,
was
like,
the sensation like?
I didn't feel anything, obviously, that night because I was, like, drinking, but right after the event, I hung out for a bit, went home and showered because I was so close to the Marconi Club where they hosted it. And then when I was showering and I was like washing my hair, I was like, oh, man, that's kind of sore. I'm like, that sucks. But it wasn't like, oh, this is fucking
Well, you had
so
also
painful.
gotten like, you were in a fight. So it's like you'd expect to be like banged up a little.
Yeah, and I'm sure that the adrenaline was probably still in my body a little bit. And by the time I started drinking, it was all mixed together to where I didn't really feel it. But even like the next couple of days, it wasn't like crazy sore. It was obviously sore, but not to the point where I was like, I would ever go to think that I would need surgery, right? But then after talking to you, I was like, yeah, and just the way it looked, I was like, this is fucked. I know I for sure fucked it up. So, and even just to make sure, because I had another buddy that I was talking to at the gym, he said that his friend recently just went through the same thing, but he was like kind of going back and forth what he wanted to do, whether or not he wanted to get surgery, and then he ended up waiting a month and then going back to the doctor and being like, oh yeah, I want to get surgery
Well, now because then they got to re-tear it again.
Well, that's what he went back after a month, and they were like, no, we're not going to do it now. Like, you waited too long.
Yeah.
Wow.
So after hearing that as well, I was like, yeah, maybe I should just fucking
Yeah.
go and get this taken care of.
Because then, if it starts healing and they have to, like, in order to make a
Rip it off again, 'cause it'll basically just choose wherever it is to kind of fucking like get attached and like just like start like repairing wherever it is, right? So I'm glad I got it done, but man, it was fucking.
So then you got it done, and then was it like a long surgery?
So
like, what did they do? Just reattach it back down here?
man, so what they have, it's so fucking.
Is it
painful,
gross?
dude? The first couple of days, so they drilled a hole in my forearm.
Yeah.
Yeah, they drilled a hole in my forearm, had to grab the tendon, bring it through the hole, tie it on the other end, and then stitch me up.
It's actually, I think, stronger, though, after, right?
I hope so. Fuck.
but-
Like Iron Man.
Down here, though, right?
I think
where's
so,
your
because like I can
scar?
kind of, well, I don't know. I haven't been able to fucking take this off because there's a brace and then a cast and then it's taped around, so
Oh,
like
shit.
makes it to where like I can't do any type
Yeah.
of like rotation. Like I can finally move a hand, but only because I'm like this is getting like stretched out a little bit. But there's like a fucking big ass brace
Yeah,
all the way up here from stopping me from like having any type of like full range of motion, because obviously you don't want to fucking tear the sutures out or whatever, right? So, what was your question?
I don't know. Was it pain,
does it
like,
feel like?
surgery, and then that
Yeah,
was
so
it long?
it was. I remember I went in there, and they bring you to like the anesthesia place first to like get you. They found the nerve in my shoulder, shoved a needle in it to numb the nerve, and then they went in and put needles into my arm, like to numb the area as well. And then after like half an hour, well, I had to get more needles because I could still like move my hand and shit. So I was like, I don't know, doc. I think I might need some more. I don't want to feel anything when I'm in there, right? So they ended up shooting a fuckload in my arm. And then after about half an hour, where I couldn't like even like move or feel my arm anymore, they bring you into the surgery room, put you onto a different table, and it's like a big fancy like dentist basically, essentially, with a bunch of fucking lights and shit. And then I just remember looking over them, grabbing my arm and setting it on like a tray, and it was just like flopped over. And I just remember like I like literally was like this, and I just remember seeing it go, poof, and I'm like,
No
so
feeling.
weird.
like just like not even a part of my
So
body.
you were awake throughout the whole thing?
No. So right after that, and this is the worst part about surgery. Any doctors out there, like, tell these fucking people when they get on the surgery bed, like, how this feels. So I'm sitting there, and then they put the mask on me at first, and then they put the like pain medication in my IV. I don't know what it was, like morphine or whatever the fuck it was. But I didn't know that it was going to be this sensation. So as soon as they did that, it felt like, you know, when you go to take like your blood pressure and you have that thing on your arm, it felt like that was on my arm, and it was just getting too tight. And I remember saying to the doctor, I'm like, oh, can you loosen it up on my arm? But there wasn't even anything on my fucking arm. And they're like, oh, that's just the pain medication going in your IV. It'll fade. And I'm like, oh, okay. But then it started like feeling like my arm was on fucking fire. I'm like screaming at this point. They're like, okay, just breathe through it. I'm like, ah, like,
Like, stop being a pussy. Everyone does it.
dude. But like, if I would have known that was the sensation that was about to happen, it would have been better.
What do
But,
you
like,
want
I didn't
them
have
to
time
tell you? Hey, this is gonna hurt like a
Yeah.
motherfucker.
I would
Heads
be-
up.
if
You're
they
gonna
were
be
like-
I don't think I'm good. I don't want this
No,
anymore.
I would. I would want them to be like, hey, this is gonna feel like a burning sensation, but it's gonna fade after about 4 or 5 seconds. Which happened. They're like, just breathe through it. And I was like screaming for like 4 or 5 seconds. And then finally, as soon as that faded, I was like, oh, that's better. And then right after that, I was like, woke up in the recovery room, like didn't remember anything after that.
Wow.
Just out cold.
So you haven't seen it yet or anything, eh?
No, I have a appointment on the 20th to take the sutures out and everything. So I'm assuming then they're going to take everything off. And then I was just doing a bunch of reading on it. And I don't know if this is fucking ChatGPT. I don't know if this works or not. But they were telling me that basically like 10 to 14 days after surgery, you go in to take the sutures out. And then after that, they put a brace on and a sling for another 4 to 6 weeks. And basically just to make sure that you don't like accidentally have full range of motion and then fucking like rip it out or something like that. So on the 20th, I have that meeting where I'm assuming they're going to look at everything, make sure that everything's on track, and take the stitches out. And then I just do like however often I'll be doing physio, but I'm gonna like aggressively be attacking physio as much as I can without injuring myself, because I just want this to be fucking good to go for summertime, or at least I figure 3 months will be the end of May essentially. So I think they say 3 to 6 months is full recovery, and like I'm taking fucking peptides like TRT, bone collagen, like bone broth, like vitamins, like literally everything.
yeah.
I'm gonna be in the sauna, like cold compress, like everything possible to like make this as quick as possible. So I'm hopeful that I'm gonna be fully healed by the 3-month mark as opposed to like the 6.
That's crazy.
That's wild, man.
Yeah, man. So it was brutal. Like when I got home, the first like 2 days, because they got me like 50 grams of tramadol for pain. So you're supposed to take that every 4 to 6 hours. So my fucking thought process for the first 2 days is like, I'm gonna do it every 4 hours because I don't want to feel what this is gonna fucking feel like without like
For
anything,
sure.
right? I was like, I don't even care. So
Well, that's like pain just staying on top of it. If you start getting behind any kind of shit like that, you're fucked.
Yeah, exactly. And that's what they said too. They're like, and if you do wait too long, then it's going to be a lot harder for the pain medication to work because it's like too late, kind of, right? So I was just like doped up for 2 days, and then after that, I was like, okay, I need to fucking lay off these things. Like, I was just fucking sleeping on the couch, like being all fucking groggy and shit. It was brutal. And then I was just like slowly like weaning myself off, like every 6 hours, and then just like in the morning, at night. And in the past 2 days, I've just been taking. Yesterday, I only took an Advil and a Tylenol like right before bed because I was like, I tried to do too much
Are
yesterday.
you
So I was-
right-handed?
Yeah. So I tried to do way too much yesterday. Like I was like, I didn't have a sling on, and I was like kind of like using it to like cut shit finally because I was like,
And you started to feel it?
all like at 8, 9 o'clock when I like settled down for the night, I was like, my arm was throbbing, and I was like, oh, I did way too much. That was fucking stupid. So, I went to the gym for the first time too, but only did 45 minutes of cardio. But the fucking
Just the blood flow, I'm sure, just because
it felt
fired
good,
up.
but
Yeah.
also it was like irritating because it was too hot, and like then I started thinking like you don't want to get too much sweat in there because then if it like gets infected or something, I was like, fuck, I'm just not going to do anything until Thursday now. Like it's just not worth it.
So Thursday's the appointment.
Yeah.
Okay.
Crazy. Was there any other like, did anyone like any other big injuries that night, or like, is there many?
At
Like,
the
because
event,
yours was kind of just a fluke, obviously.
yeah,
Like shit
but
like
dude,
that
like,
happens.
yeah, it was. Oh man, I don't think there was any other injuries. No, some guy got knocked out though, which was like pretty cool.
Oh,
to see.
shit.
I mean, it's pretty hard to knock someone out with
Yeah, I was
headgear
gonna
on, but
say.
the guy was just fucking smashed him. Second round knockout, but yeah, it was like a freak accident, man, and like
Yeah.
literally everything that could have went wrong for that match went wrong. So I get to the ring. I'm like pretty nervous because obviously I'm like, fuck, like I've never done this before, so I didn't know what to expect. But like you're like going to fight in front of all these people under the lights, like, and I'm like, you don't want to fucking lose, right? Like that sucks, man. Also, yeah, I guess you've seen the belly, I won, and unanimous decision too. Like I won every single round, but so I'm going up there. I'm like, I'm so fucking nervous. So I get into the ring finally, and I'm like ready to go. The ref comes up to me, checking my hands, my headgear, and my.
Are you just like pure anxiety the whole time leading up to it?
Oh
right?
yeah. Even like, so listen to this. So complete anxiety, right? And so she's checking all my shit, and then she's got like mouth guard, headgear, checking my hands, and then she's like, "Do you have a cup on?" I'm like, oh no, I forgot the cup.
Really?
So I have, and like they already like the walkout songs on, like we're in the fucking, they're like the bell rings
Yeah.
like for us to go, and she's checking the shit, and then she's like, you have to get out. I'm like, fuck. So I have to get out of the fucking ring, and I'm stripped down to my coach is like, take your shorts off. I'm like, fuck, man, this is so fucking embarrassing. He's like, who cares? You're here to fucking fight. Like, I'm like, yeah, I guess. So I had to strip down to my boxers ringside, wait for a teammate to go get a cup, bring the cup, put the cup on, put my pants back on, get back into the ring. I'm like, okay. Like,
Did you just forget?
Yeah,
Like,
like-
you knew
yeah.
you had to wear a cup though, right?
Just like forgot because I was just like so many things.
Yeah.
I was just like so worried about the fucking night, right? So,
get the cup on.
get the cup on. So I get back in. I'm like, okay, let's go. So we're going, and then like first time he throws a punch, my fucking headgear flies off. I'm like, fuck me. So I have to go back to the corner, put the headgear back on, go back in. Okay, throw an overhand right. Boom. There goes my fucking bicep. I'm like, what the fuck? I'm like, that's fucked. So a couple seconds go by, hits me again. Boom, headgear flies off. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, this is so, I'm like, at this point, like complete anxiety, like nervous. I'm like, everyone's making fun of me. I'm like, fuck, like this is, I can't even concentrate. So go back, put my headgear back on, go back again, slip on the mat. I'm like, holy fuck, get back up. We're throwing punches. Hits me again, Headgear flies off for the third time in the first round. I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, what is going on here? So go back in the corner, finally fixes my headgear, go back in, the first round ends. I sit down and I'm just like riddled with anxiety at this point. I'm like, holy fuck. He's like, don't worry about it, man. Like, you're here to fight. It was a good round. It's like, we need more action. We need more action, though. I'm like, okay. All I can think about, I'm like, my arm is so fucked. I'm like, I don't know. But I don't want to say anything or like, I don't want them to stop the fight. I'm like, I don't care. I'm fucking, even if it is fucked, I'm just going to fight because I'm not ending this. I'm not losing, right?
Right.
So I didn't tell him or anything. And at that point, I honestly didn't even really think it was that fucked. I just thought it was cramped up. And then, so finally, second round happens. Second round was a good round. Like, I definitively won the second round. So I go back in the corner. In my mind, I'm like, first round could have been either or. Like, it just depends what the judges like decided to score it. Won the second round. Third round, I felt pretty good about the third round, but I wasn't like overly confident. But then I went back to my corner, and my coach Tanner is a fucking beauty coach in this sick gym at Boomers. For anyone out there interested in doing boxing, definitely go and check him out. He's like, yeah, he's like, you won for sure. He's like, go jump around, like, shadow box, like, as if you just, like, put your hand in the air, like, you just won. I was like, sick. Yeah, so I go back, and I was just, like, doing what he said, and then they told me it was a unanimous decision. Won every single round. I was like, yeah.
That's really sweet.
Yeah, and he was so choked. He was like, oh, I got robbed. And everyone in the crowd thought they got robbed because it's like, it was all his boys.
Oh,
like, everyone was there. I had, like, 5 people there, and he had probably, like, he had, like, a table filled with everyone ringside, you know, so everyone was like there cheering him on, and but it was sick afterwards, like going into the crowd and having all my buddies were just jumping up and down, like, cheering and chanting. It was fucking sick, man. It was a good night.
How many fights were before your fight?
I was the 7th fight, I think, or the 8th.
Okay.
So it was the last fight before intermission.
Oh wow.
Yeah, there was 14 bouts that night.
Was there like a main one? Like,
yeah, this Adam Barani kid, he was the main event. He's a sick fighter. He fights out of Boomers. Shout out to Adam. What's up?
That's cool.
Yeah, he's a dope fighter. But it would suck to be the main event because you're like, you show up there for like weigh-ins at 5 o'clock, and then the doors open at 6, and the first fight's at 7. So like, if you're coming from out of town, which I think he probably, I don't know if he was or where he lives, but he showed up at weigh-ins and he had to stay there until the fucking main event. Yeah. So he's in the back or like popping out every once in a while, but that's like, so the main event would have happened at like 10 o'clock. So you'd have been there 3 hours before. Like, fucking, you have all that time to think or like just to be bored, right? So I would want to honestly be the first or second fight and just like get it over with.
Yeah, so you were in the middle.
Yeah, so it wasn't that bad.
So did you like get hit harder than you've ever got hit or anything like that?
No,
like,
I got hit way harder in sparring, bitch. No, but I honestly have got rocked way harder in sparring for sure. There was maybe 2 or 3 punches, substantial punches of his where I actually felt it. There was like a one straight punch where he hit me, and I was like, okay, like he dazed me a little bit. I'm like, that was pretty good. And then there were 2 other punches in the so that was the first round. And then the second round, he hit me with a hook in my jaw on the right side. That one, I felt that one. And then there was one more in the third round because I remember the next day too. I had my jaw was like a little bit sore, and then this was sore, and then like he hit my nose the one time, but it wasn't anything substantial.
What was his name again?
Joe Hugh Mortgages. Anyone looking to get a mortgage?
It'd be sick. It'd be sick to have him here because right now he'd be like, yeah, everything.
He would be chirping.
Everything
he would be chirping.
I didn't feel anything.
He would be chirping.
You guys know what? I knocked his headgear off 5 fucking times.
And I knocked him down. No, I fucking slipped.
I made him so nervous he forgot his cup.
Yeah, it would be, and he's funny too, man. It'd be a good back and forth to have him here. Maybe I'll see if he wants to come in for another time or something like that.
So are you gonna do it again or like?
I don't know, man. It honestly depends on how quick this heals. Because if I'm fully healed by the end of May, and I'm like golfing all summer, like no issues, like because I'll always go back and box just for for fitness wise, and just like it's just a good exercise, right? But it honestly depends on how fast and how well I heal, because like I'm not fucking doing this to go fucking pro or anything, right? Like I'm doing it just like it's fun, and I thought it was a cool challenge. I wanted to do it 2 years ago, but my coach broke my rib, so I had to fucking delay that for fucking however long, right? And it was the year before I was going to do it, but he broke my rib in April. Or no, that doesn't make sense because it was in February. I don't know. I can't remember when the last event was, but I think it was St. Patrick's Day. It was like March 14th, I think, maybe. But he fucked my rib up like 2 weeks before, a month before or something. Anyways, doesn't matter. But as at this point, man, like I'm not doing it to go pro or anything like that. So it's like I don't want to fucking go in and then something even worse happen, like brain damage or like break my jaw or something.
Do
like that, right?
a lot of those guys, like any of the 14 people, like the fights, like, or I mean, I guess 28 people, like, do they any of them do it for like?
Oh yeah, I would honestly say that like Joe and I were probably the only bout where it was like almost like a celebrity match or like guy, because he's like 34 I think and I'm fucking 37, so you know it's like.
But are the other guys trying to fight to get up ranked
there's
somewhere?
like there's kids that were like 14 or like 16 or like in their 20s that like want to fight for like the Olympics or like have dreams to like go and be pro, right? So there's definitely some fucking legit fighters that were going.
It's not all just like guys going out and getting some
like,
exercise.
Yeah, like honestly, like him and I would say were the only fight where it was like these guys are just doing it for like fun. Kind of deal. Everyone else is like, I'm going to the Olympics or I have a dream of going pro.
The main event, what are they, semi-pro? What would they consider?
So every bout was an amateur bout.
Okay.
So I don't think there was any pros that were there. And if I'm wrong, I apologize, but I think it was all amateur bouts that were happening.
I feel like you'd know if there was.
Yeah, like I honestly don't, because every match that was happening was a fighter out of Boomers, but there are kids that won like Brampton Cup that were fighting out of Boomers that were fighting there as well. So I mean, I don't know if that's considered pro or semi-pro. Not sure. It's a good question.
Yeah, I wouldn't
But
know
there's
anything.
definitely some kids that if there isn't, there's for sure going to be some that are pro that are going to be going. I lost a couple fucking.
So do you have
jewels?
to?
Like there's a couple missing from just being an idiot.
Do you have to give this
tables.
back next year?
No, that's mine for life, baby.
Really?
Yeah. So one day when I show my kids that, I'll be like, hey,
See that
like,
thing hanging on
the
the wall?
old man's undefeated.
Tore my bicep.
I won't tell them it's 1-0, but that's all that matters. Undefeated amateur boxer. What's up?
That's sick.
Yeah,
You gotta
it
get
was
a
cool,
frame.
man.
Yeah.
Just a cool challenge, right? One of those things that I was like,
Get
at least
your,
I was
like-
able to do it and said I did do it. Even if there are like my boys are like, that doesn't mean anything. Like, yeah, you go fucking do it.
Yeah,
then.
come in with me.
You know how
then.
fucking
Like,
hard that was to go and train like every single week and like make sure you're on fucking weight. Like it's not an easy thing to do. Sure, anyone could just jump in a ring, but you have to be fighting out of a club. You have to have a fucking Boxing Ontario membership. Like, and they're not just gonna let someone go in there and fight. I think you're supposed to have be registered and be fighting at a gym for I think 120 days prior.
So it's like a whole process, man.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was fun though.
That's sick. So he's training all these months to fight, and then now he's got to recover for like 3 months.
Seriously, man. Holy fuck, dude. It just sucks. The hardest thing is just trying to wipe your ass with your opposite hand. It's fucking, it's literally like, it's like a 20-minute ordeal. I swear to God. And even afterwards, you're like, I don't know. I don't even know. I'm just fucking not doing this anymore.
I texted him the other day. I was like, "Yo, how you feeling?" And he was just like pure frustrated. Like his only text back was like, "Man, I've been trying to wipe my ass for the last 25 minutes. Like, fuck off, basically."
Yeah, I was like, "Oh man,
That's
it's
crazy,
fucking brutal."
man.
That and sleeping, because I like to sleep on my side. Like I've been having to sleep on my back, so it's like fucking brutal. I can't like go over. Like even when I do try to, when I did, it's not. Last night wasn't bad, but like trying to roll over the one way, you're just like, fuck,
That would
it
be
hurts,
brutal, man. Yeah, sleeping.
But dude, I'm on the mend. It feels honestly really good today. Dude, that BPC 157, I swear to God, is a fucking miracle. I've just been shooting it in my shoulder like twice a day, like aggressively, and I'm feeling good, man. I honestly think that at the end of May I'm hopeful to be golfing June. At least chipping, putting June. July, I think I'll 100%.
I bet I would say so as well. I'd estimate way like
soon. Yeah, man, because I remember when I did break my rib, and I was like, I just like toughed it out for like 3 weeks, and then I got the BPC ever to try, and I was golfing 3 weeks later.
Yeah.
You would think a broken rib is like that's a pretty substantial thing to recover from, right? So like a month and a half, I was fucking. So
and that's not even something that they go and repair. So like this is problem fixed, right?
Yeah.
And then it's like just repairing the actual thing itself.
Yeah, because the ribs have to heal naturally.
Yeah, and they're probably like a lot more like it probably does take more time. Although it's not as drastic of an injury, maybe.
Yeah.
As violent as one.
But like it's always being moved like from breathing, right? So I don't know, it's hard to.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
Well,
I mean,
recovered from it, so.
Yeah.
So it's like does it affect work and stuff much?
Dude,
or
that's
you
been
like,
fucking. I literally today was the first day where I was able to do any type of editing because like I can't. I wasn't
especially
even
if it's
able.
your dominant hand.
Yeah, man. So like even I've just been like watching Netflix. So I have like my scroll pad that I've just been using on my left side. So today was the first time where I was like able to hold my arm up like this for an extended period of time without it like hurting. I wasn't able to like have it like bent like that. So I finally was able to do a little bit of editing. So I did like 3 videos that I was editing. But yeah, in terms of like going and like actually filming projects, like I have some things coming up where I'm just like hiring someone to come and do it and just like paying them. And then I'm just going to be there like directing like how to like what needs to be done. Right. So I'm basically just taking a cut for like the projects for the next 2 months. And then, but I think in a couple weeks I'll be able to like do editing no problem. Like as soon as my the harness is off, it's like it's just like the range of motion, right? Like I can't fucking bend it. So after that I'll be able to. But yeah, so to answer your question, it has been shitty because I won't be able to do any physical fucking jobs for probably 3 months. I'm assuming my first job that I can't cancel. It's my friend Christy. She's getting married. Congratulations, Christy. You're never gonna watch this, but. I'm filming her wedding on May 31st. So that's like my goal to be fully healed by May 31st. If not though, like you can buy like a harness and you just like set your gimbal and camera on it. So I'm going to go and get one of those anyways, just like, so I'm not fucking, cause like holding my arm out there, like I've been reading out there, like everywhere is saying like, and like I say everywhere, I'm like ChatGPT is saying like, it's a huge risk at 3 months to
putting
go and film a wedding for 8 hours.
Stuff, yeah.
So worst case scenario, I'll just have to bite the bullet and take less money and hire someone to come and do like half the day or something like that, or as well. So that's been shitty. But the biggest thing is like not being able to do anything, man. Like the gym, bro. Like I use that as like my therapy to go to the gym for stress, frustration, like everything. And just I spend my life. For
and
like
even
20
just
years,
to do
right?
that, like go do light cardio or legs, like just that blood flow does just like circulate everything, so I'm sure it gets aggravated like more than you'd anticipate. Like
so I'm just excited to have this off and to be, even if I can't do anything still, but to just like be able to go to the gym with every single day, just even if I
just
can
be active,
bro. Even just to do lower body or
Right.
even just to be able to be on a bike for an hour. Like I just need that, man, because like I'm going crazy.
Especially the
right now.
weather's been nicer this days.
Oh man, I know it's like really making me fucking feel shitty. But one more week and this will be off, and then even if I have to take it easy, I'll literally just walk on a treadmill twice a day if I have to. Until I'm better, right? Like
crazy. Yeah, I've never torn anything like that, or knock on wood.
Yeah, this is my only surgery that I've ever really had. Like I've broken shit before, but never had to be like put out or had any type of major surgery.
It'll be interesting to see if you have like a big. Do you have any tattoos on that arm?
I do, yeah. So it's probably gonna be scar. Cause I remember when they were looking, I was doing the consultation. They're like, they're like, that's probably gonna. We'll try our best, but that you might have to like have a scar over your fucking your tattoo there. Like I honestly don't care. I just want to get this taken care of.
I wonder how big the scar is going to be.
Well, what they said is they had to do like one incision here, one incision there, and then maybe another one on my bicep, right above like the ditch of my elbow there. So I'm assuming that it'll be like maybe like 2 stitches here and 2 stitches there and another 2 here or 3 or something. I don't know
how big the incision.
Long. Like
how,
I wouldn't think it would be maybe like an inch on each side. I wouldn't think they would have to do it that big.
I bet you it's right here, and it's like an inch and a half, and that's it.
You think it's one long one, not 2?
Yeah.
Really?
I think so. I don't know. I mean,
I don't know. It's a good question.
Let's see what
But-
this.
I mean, today they probably make it as small as possible, right? Because the technology would allow them to do it.
You'd think so, because like even now, like I can kind of feel, like whereas before it just like was all like burning, but I can kind of feel where my sutures are because it's like irritating now at this point. And you are right, actually. I do only feel one right. It's like one, so it might just be one right there, and then I can kind of feel another one on my bicep. So I think it might just be 2, one on the forearm and then one on the bicep. What's it say there? 1 to 2 inches.
It depends what tore, right? So
It's
yours
the distal.
went.
It was the distal, so it'll be the bottom one there. So it's even better. It's smaller. So there is 2 incisions though. So there's one on the forearm, and then the one. So it's saying 2 then. Yeah.
I think it's either 1 or 2. Or no, yeah.
So I guess they do have one on each side, but then they did. Oh, never mind. I can kind of feel another one over here. So yeah, so it's 1 on each side, but they did say that they might, depending on how far like it recoiled up, that they might have to do another one on my bicep to like pull it down. Pictures,
why I
please.
asked, say please. That was so.
Just being polite, just in case your ChatGPT decides to ruin your life one day.
Pictures, please.
So
I don't know where it's saying.
I hope there's no fucking. I don't think there's plate. Is that a fucking screw and plate that they're doing?
Yeah, I think that's how
There's
it
a fucking
attaches in.
plate in
No, I don't know what a plate.
I
but
don't
like,
think there.
like this is where I think it would be.
Oh, look
Right
at that.
here in that forearm.
I should have asked for the video because it is a hospital to where like they do have like students in there to
watch.
record and
Right,
stuff.
right.
Oh, so they're saying one here. I don't know. I mean, we'll just.
So fuck. So
You're
is
going
there
in
a fucking-
Thursday anyways. Rip that thing off now and see.
I know, right? I am curious. I
Yeah,
hope-
just ask for the
'cause
video.
When they were saying, they said that.
I could have
Like, she
came.
didn't
We
say-
could have done a podcast while you did it.
Because they did. They didn't say anything about a plate or screws or anything when I was talking to them. They just
Yeah, I
said
don't
that
think you'll have.
they just said, yeah,
I would
see, you can
assume
see
that there's
the-
nothing in there.
picture
Yeah,
there.
yeah, like
Right there,
this.
So they
yeah.
grab. Oh, that's so fucked up.
And then they put it through
Oh.
That's so nasty, man.
like
Oh.
this. Yeah.
Oh. Oh.
But I think it is stronger after.
You think it's stronger after? Oh my
I don't know.
god.
I
what
don't
the
know.
fuck?
Good. Luckily enough, I don't know what I'm looking at. So.
Oh wow.
Look at that.
So maybe
they
this
go
is
through
what
the
they
bone?
like.
Is
plant
that-
it
Oh, that's
for.
the plate. Yeah.
So there is a plate on the other side then?
Well, maybe I don't know.
But
You
they
guys
said
gonna
that they
have to,
just
like,
they said that they tie it. They didn't say anything about what it looks like on the other side.
What the
What
hell
is
is
that?
That's a skinny man.
And a long, like you're
Fuck.
telling me this guy's elbow's here.
Maybe
and
that's
this is-
AI created.
or a leg or something. Oh yeah. So here, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, you might
yeah,
have this
but you
little
see
guy
that
here.
little thing right
that
there.
sucks,
Yeah.
man. I hope not. But it is what it is at this point, man. I just hope it's fully recovered. And
This
let's
one,
go.
see, like this one looks like they might not have that on it. Like like these are different styles. I
Right.
think.
That guy looks like he's almost like screwed in.
Yeah, I would prefer definitely not to have any fucking screws or anything in there. That's for sure.
You'll
Any
find-
risk of having
You'll
to have
find out
surgery
when you're
again.
going to like metal
Yeah.
detectors all of a sudden.
Yeah.
What's in your arm, dude?
Seriously.
Wild.
Yeah,
That's
man.
crazy,
So
man.
I'm just excited to be healed up and be able to
Yeah.
golf. Fuck, I can't wait to golf.
So what? Is there a lot of like?
So the good news is
That's
it's
your-
my backhand, right? So
Yeah.
it's not. I was reading as well, and they were saying as long as it's not your forehead, like your front hand, that it's not as bad, right?
Because it's kind of protected the whole
yeah,
time.
pretty
Like
much. Like for the most part, it's like your front arm is doing most of the work, right? And then it's just like the follow through after.
He's gonna come back, just drive 350.
Imagine the biggest thing is like hopefully I just range of motion, right? Because you want to have
Yeah.
your arms as straight as possible when you're golfing. So I just hopefully that there's no issues with that. And
Yeah,
I
it's
can,
like how
get-
long is it gonna take to like
get
do a
full
full
It's-
I
extension?
bet you it's a lot better than like.
I think it'll be-
obviously it used to be and stuff. Like
Yeah, I
I
think
don't
so
know
too.
many people. I guess you'd only know if it came up. Like I don't many. Like I know people that like shoulder problems and stuff like that have like or back problems that have.
It's like good to go.
No, but
afterwards.
maybe that's where the complications come
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
But like bicep, it's actually a guy was by here the other day, and he tore his tricep.
Oh, I
and
feel
it
like
was-
that would be worse.
And it was in a big ball up here. It was so like.
Oh, that would be way worse, I think, because I feel like you would almost use your tricep for weight, like pushing yourself up, like way more things.
Yeah, he came. Why do these things keep coming to me? He came by the day on the way home from the gym,
From the injury.
and he's like, "Man, yeah, I was bench pressing. I tweaked my elbow,
seen it?
or my no, it was nothing. Like he's like, it was just a passing conversation.
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I was just I was benching. I got a little like tweak in my my tricep, and then it's now been a week or two since I seen him. He's like, look at dude, his whole arm had just cleared all the bruising, and it was like in a ball up here. He's like, I'm going for surgery on Tuesday. I'm like, no shit.
I've never heard of that happening on tricep. That sounds.
And he like showed me like this, and it was just a same thing as what you would add, but just imagine with the tricep all the way up.
How they pulled that back? Oh.
I don't know, same thing really.
That's
it's
weird.
like
Did he say like when it happened that it was like it didn't hurt? It was just a little.
Well, no, he said he just like tweaked it, like probably like any other. Nah, maybe not like any other, but you get tweaks and discomforts
like
when you're like, and I guess it's not like a chest. It's not like your chest. If you were bench pressing in your chest tore, you'd be like.
Yeah, that happened with my buddy. It was just like a partial tear though.
But if you're benching and triceps, like it might not be that crazy.
Yeah, I guess.
Feeling sensation.
Maybe it's just not that, like, I don't know. I've heard other people doing those types of injuries and they like screamed in the gym.
Yeah, I haven't really. It's probably more of like if you're going through emotion like and something, and then you're like snaps all of a sudden, you're probably like freaked the fuck out.
I guess that's true. You're not fighting with adrenaline. So if you're like perfectly calm in the gym, looking at your bicep, like doing a bicep curl, and then all of a sudden you see it snap, like panic would like set in, you'd freak out. That makes more sense. Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah, that's wild.
Yeah. Good times though. But yeah, I don't know.
Are you gonna go back to boxing like as like just in general cardio and stuff?
Before I even came here, I was thinking, I was like, I'll probably as soon as I get full range of motion back and we're like I can like run and it's fine, I'll probably go back and like still train but just do shit with like my other hand and just like not throw anything with my right hand until like 6 to 12 months later. Then I'll like try to do like jabs and see how that feels, kind of thing, right? So I'll probably end up going back for sure. But dude, my main thing right now is just getting healthy and being able to get back to work, because I've never craved going to work so much in my entire life because I'm just bored.
And like I said, especially because it's been like the best week
nice
so
weather
far.
Too,
like,
I know, so I'm like, fuck.
I gotta take a piss real quick. You keep going.
Yeah, so I just want to get healthy, biggest thing, and to be golfing, man. But I'm glad I did cancel my membership at Forest City because I'd be paying all these months, and there's not even a guaranteed I'd even be able to fucking golf. So I'll probably I'm thinking about, like, depending on when I'm healed up, I'll probably get a Golf North membership or something like that this year.
Well, technically, if you hypothetically heal by May, you got like end of May, so you got June, July, August, September.
So that's worth it.
That's 4 months, man. And if we have a good summer,
because even when I did have the membership, I was doing I was golfing from like the end of May, and then I'm like golfed out by the end of August.
Yeah.
Like I don't even really care, right? So that's basically the same amount of time as if I'm good to go for June. If I can golf June, July, even 3 months, it'll be worth it for me to have a membership. Yeah. So I'll be able to get it.
I mean, technically, you're still good. I mean, we're what, mid-March, so you get the cast off next week. Weather's gonna be nice. Starting April, you should be fine.
Yeah, even if everyone else is golfing like April and no, I'm good, thanks.
No, I'm good, thanks. Well, I'll have one with you. Yeah, sure.
I'll grab like a pop or water if you have it though, please.
But yeah, you'll be like looking forward to it in May, and then you just go.
Well, and then I was already thinking about this too. I'm like, this gives me a chance to work on chipping and putting anyway, so I'll just be able to chip and putt. I feel like that won't be as strenuous, right? Like a little kind of ch-ch. So I'll just work on that for like the first month, and then I'll be fucking.
It's probably advantageous because you're forced to be more in tune with like.
Well, and I was thinking that too. Last time when I broke my rib and I first went back to golfing, I was so afraid of swinging hard and getting re-injured that I was like, it was a nice smooth swing and I was playing way better. So I think it'll be the same thing where like I'm afraid that I'm gonna re-injure it and it'll be a nice smooth swing.
You sure you don't want to? I got Diet Coke.
I'll take a Diet Coke.
Okay.
Thanks.
Damn, it's wild. Yeah, I had a shoulder surgery, and it took me a year to recover.
Oh, fuck, man. See, that's rough.
Like, it was completely torn. Had the surgery, and it took me literally a year. Was that from football? Yeah, it was playing football. It was in a game. It was just.
Do you remember what happened? Like, what the play was? What happened?
It was in Montreal, and it was literally, I think I made a tackle, and it was like a guy coming this way, a guy coming this way.
Oh, and you impacted both?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
And it was like.
Thanks, man.
It was the worst, and it took so long for it to like come back into like its socket. they were yanking on it because it was so
it's
stiff.
dislocated.
Right? Yeah, it
and
was like completely out. I believe it was like the bone or whatever. It was in my armpit.
Oh,
it was nasty.
Fuck, man.
3 days later, surgery, and then it was recovery time, literally for a whole year.
That sucks, dude.
Yeah.
How was a physio doing that?
Physio, from what it's been so long ago. From what I remember, it was like, yeah, it was tough. I mean, every day, constantly going to it every day, and then I had to wear a sling, and then when I ended up playing again, I had to wear like this specific brace or whatever, and it was shitty. And still to this day, I mean, I can feel
still sore.
Yeah, especially time change.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's shitty, man. I can definitely feel time changing, and it just like aches, sore. But
Weather change, you mean?
Sorry?
Weather change?
Weather change, yeah. So as soon as the weather starts to cool down or
like,
whatever,
you got a creak in your shoulder, like,
and it's
I expect some rain here.
The range of motion never
never
went back to like normal. Like when I do this here like this, I can't do that with the left. Like, I have to be aware. And every time I lift, I have to be mindful of it. Yeah. Overhead press or whatever, it's just like, oh man, like I gotta be really mindful and careful not to like fuck it up. Yeah. But it's been good, man. I mean, when was this?
So this is, I just want to see if you guys obviously football.
The Coliseum.
So Team Canada is going to play Team Italy in actual tackle football, and it's men's.
Sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. So where's that?
So
roster?
Are there any NFL players that are going?
Well, that's where I was looking because I want to.
So go national team top, like go on that website.
I know, I was just there. I didn't have any.
Yeah, but like go up on the.
Should have had Sidney Brown out here.
I was just there.
That's and good. Then go. It was right there.
I know.
Senior men's national team.
Show the roster.
No, this is where I was. Huh? It's the one I sent you.
That's cool. When is that?
I know.
April 19th.
And that's in Italy, obviously, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
In the Coliseum, too?
That would be wild. How crazy would that be?
If they just somehow, put a grass field over top of it.
Yeah.
That would be so sick.
If I sent it to you, can you receive it on there? Yeah, I want to see.
Is there a lot of Italian football players?
This I think.
To even ask that, but.
Well, I was in Europe. There it is. I think that's it right there.
In the NFL is what I meant to.
So
ask.
any of these guys?
Oh, NFL, yeah. So you look at the schools, right?
Western.
It wouldn't show if they were in
the NFL. I don't know.
Well, you would recognize the names. Some of these names.
So all these are like universities.
Are any of them CFL?
Florida, Manitoba.
So is this just college players?
So what's funny about this, why I bring this up is, this guy, the head coach, Jesse Maddox.
Oh, Jesse Maddox. Yeah, I know who that is.
I met with him because, so this is, again, why I bring all this up is a member here is I'm pretty sure he's the assistant coach.
Yeah, I was looking for the coaches. I couldn't find the actual,
But head coach, yeah. So, it's,
Maddox.
he said he'd been traveling.
He's from London, too.
Yeah.
That's my buddy Tyler Bowman. He's a police officer in London. That's his good buddy.
He's been traveling the last year picking this team. So a member at the gym is assistant, like a coach in some aspect for sure. And he knows about up here as being a member. So they have I guess I call it like a training camp the week before here where everyone flies into London and then they leave from London to Italy.
Sick.
And they needed spaces for group team dinners and
so they're coming to
Jesse was like, you should talk to Ian. McCartney, the member, was like, Jesse, you should talk to Ian.
Yeah.
He came by the other day and I was like, dude, anything you need.
Dude, you should get him on for a pod.
Yeah.
In the week before this place is just going to be
that's sick.
we're going to do team stuff and
45 players, man.
Yeah, and then so obviously staff. So,
fuck, man, I wish my arm was good. I'd just come and videotape that night.
We could actually.
Yeah.
We should do it where what?
My arm is gonna be. When is that?
Just use
April.
A month from now, basically.
Maybe. I could do it on my phone, actually, probably. I could get a gimbal for my phone and do that. I'll do that. That'll be sick.
Just get some, like, whatever. And I said they could do
content for it, too.
Yeah.
Use, like, the back and do a barbecue and then, like, jump between. And then guys can obviously have access to the gym for the couple days while they're
sick.
here.
I'll come and do that.
So
I'll record
sick,
that on my phone, too. That'll be sick. I'll get a gimbal. It'll be dope. That's cool, though, man.
Go up to the coach.
So is this like, what event is this? Just for like a new thing that they're?
What did they say? It was for like a international friendly.
So are there other countries that are doing this as well then, or is?
Yes, Team Canada Senior Men's. Yeah, men's invitational. I don't know if it's just 2 teams or it's a little tournament.
Interesting. That's pretty cool though.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, if they're talking about
The
that's something
IFAF
else.
World Championship.
I think that was next. Is they wanted to go to this, and then they're hoping to go. Canada will play a qualifier game in April, so that's that game. So if they win this game, they might go to this World Championships game.
Sick.
That's probably like the, qualifier obviously for it.
That's pretty sick.
Men's senior tackle football. So yeah, it looks like it's just probably people that are like. Is there any high school kids? Does it say the age?
No, but
college?
I think it's all like
College,
senior
university.
must be like.
Oh, a senior in college or university.
I bet you senior means over an age.
I think there was they also said if you go back on the Google, it says like former CFL pick or something like up there. See, notable names like quarterback Mitchell O'Connor.
Okay, so
and
it's
former
not
first overall CF
sick.
St. John.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we'll obviously get to talk to some of those guys that are around, so we'll see what the deal is, right?
Yeah.
See, like, what did they say that guy's name was? Josiah or something like that?
Josiah.
Just Google one of the players. Like, take a...
Josiah St. John, Oklahoma.
Was that where you see that somewhere?
Offensive
Yeah,
lineman,
go to
55.
Oklahoma, yeah. Right there. Yeah, right there.
So maybe it doesn't show their... Like, if...
The guy was a 300-pounder, dude.
Didn't it
so
just say he played in the NFL?
Or he could have played in Oklahoma.
He played in Oklahoma College. And then he probably he got drafted first overall in the CFL draft. And then he probably maybe, I don't know, took a shot at the NFL.
Yeah, didn't do too well because I've never heard of that name. So, especially as a quarterback. Sorry, dog.
I don't know if you, the other guy though, the first overall pick, I don't think he was a quarterback, was he?
I think it said former first overall quarterback, including notable names like quarterback Michael O'Connor. Oh, and former.
Okay. Yeah. So if you Google him, you probably could see where he played.
He's a cornerback, I think, or an offensive lineman is what he was.
Because that was like he was a 300-pounder. It said that his weight was like 300
He
pounds.
was an offensive lineman. Speaking of football, though, Darius Slay just came to the Steelers. That's a huge pickup.
I know.
Yeah.
You know what's
Huge
crazy?
pickup.
Pretty crazy.
Yeah.
Yo,
he's
but
like,
you know,
fuck,
no,
here we go
like,
again.
Real talk,
yeah,
though.
it's your fault. You fucking
No,
started talking about
I
football.
don't like this.
No, but the crazy thing, what I've noticed so far is the 49ers are falling apart.
Yeah, they're fucking in shambles, man. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if Kittle
Crazy.
doesn't, like, absolutely try to get the hell out of there. Because
Request
at this
a trade or like...
Yeah, because Debo's gone, and there's been talks of Ayuk leaving. And at that point, it's like, who do they have? They got, like, their new Garendo running back or whatever the fuck his name is.
Dude, they're falling apart big time.
They're going to be in a rebuild for the next, 5 years.
And Purdy, are they even going to get Purdy in there? Like, he's probably going to be gone too.
I mean, the thing is like, is he that good to where he would get like a huge contract?
That's what he wants. That's
but
what
do you
his
think
agent...
he's getting a max contract anywhere?
I don't think so.
The thing is, I think the NFL right now is desperate for quarterbacks for some of the teams, but I don't know if you're going Purdy. Honestly, I think I would rather Purdy over fucking Russell Wilson and over Aaron Rodgers, to be honest with you. Which apparently there's talks of Rodgers coming to the Steelers, and I fucking hate that idea. I'd rather keep Wilson, I think, but I'm not
Justin
happy
Fields
with it.
just left
I know,
the Jets.
dude. I don't know. I wish we would have kept him, man.
Like, why would they get rid of that guy? I thought he was going to be like...
He's good.
Yeah.
He won us the first half of the season, and then all of a sudden Wilson came back healthy, and Wilson.
But it's like, how long is Wilson gonna last, man?
Dude, what do you mean last? He's shit. He wasn't good last year. It's a miracle that he had a couple good games, and then he lost a lot of games at the end. So it's like, was it really? And the teams that he beat and had good games against weren't even that fucking good.
And just as Justin Fields was getting into like the system and everything, like,
and then you bench him.
And then now you get rid of him. Like, what the hell? I thought he was gonna be their quarterback of the future.
I know, man. I don't really understand. DK too. We picked up
DK.
Huge.
Yeah, that's massive.
But we still need. So it's good. We're picking up shit on D, but we still need an offensive line. What's fucking buddy in Canada saying, man? Let's pick him up. Josiah. What's his name? Josiah, bro.
He's probably like 40, right? Like,
fuck, it's still. Come on over, man. Fuck.
You see this?
Yo, what is this? This is crazy.
No,
I love this shit. Like, what's he
BJ
think?
Penn has recently expect his, like I saw, well, let's just see.
He believes that his wife is a clone?
Massive news. And the story I'm about to tell you, you're going to go, I better rewind that. I must have heard Chael wrong. No, you're going to hear me right. It's a pretty bizarre tale, but it goes something along the lines of this. BJ Penn's mother. And the Penn family is a very prominent family in Hilo. Very successful, very well respected. There was some political tie with a quasi look-alike. Like, BJ knows it's not her, but the rest of the world doesn't. Oh, by the way, what is the motive for this? Well, this new woman who's going to claim to be the mom is also going to make a claim to the family's assets. And BJ wants her to get arrested now.
Okay, it doesn't. He thinks his mom's a clone.
That's wild.
BJ Penn has recently expressed the belief that his mother, Lorraine Shin.
But didn't Chael just say that he knows that's not his mom?
Well, I think it's just like has been replaced by an imposter in the video shared. So Penn.
So now he wants her to get arrested.
Let's see if there's the.
I wish there was like a short little like clip, just breakdown, real quick breakdown.
What there is like CTE. Replay. It's right here. Don't make me sign in and shit.
Dude, just go back to ChatGPT and say summarize the issue with BJ Penn's mother and what Chael Sonnen's video was talking about. Just ask for a summarization of it. I bet you it'll.
Yeah, but that's all it is he thinks his mom's a clone. What the fuck?
Why? Like, what do you mean?
Well, it's CTE. I think he's losing his mind.
He's losing.
Man, I've been seeing
shit.
Antonio Brown on fucking Joe Rogan.
Did you see
and
that?
Theo Vaughn. He was actually like pretty like
I listened to it
level-headed
only
on
a
Joe
little bit,
Rogan.
yeah.
But Theo Vaughn, and I'm sure he's just doing it to like fucking be a goof and be funny on Theo's podcast.
CTESPN.
Yeah. Oh man, I should actually start listening to his podcast because he's fucking hilarious. But
It's
it is
so
fucked
crazy,
up, man.
man.
How some of those guys, they just take a couple big hits and all of a sudden they're fucking just gone.
I remember when that happened, dude. Buddy just like walked off. He's like, peace, took his shit off, and is like, later.
And they won that year too, didn't they? The Super Bowl when he just like said fuck it, didn't he? Tampa?
Was that in Tampa? Yeah,
that
it was in Tampa. Yeah, it was.
Didn't I know they won that year too? I think didn't they? Or what was the year after? I can't remember.
Wasn't it Brady?
Brady was a quarterback still.
So he came in literally after he finished with the Pats. He went to Tampa and he won.
Won a year, and then Antonio came.
And
the
then
next
Antonio,
year,
and then
won
he
again,
did.
I think though, and then lost the third year and retired.
No, he never won two with Tampa.
Oh, he just won the one.
He just won the one.
Oh, okay. So then he didn't win with.
Yeah.
Brown, I don't think.
So he literally just went from. It was so crazy, man.
I know. I remember watching the game. I'm like, what the
This
fuck
is
is
crazy.
Anyways.
But even with Brady, dude, like the guy literally like leaves New England, dude, and goes to a different team and just wins.
But they had a pretty like. I mean, I'm not trying to take anything away from Brady because he's probably the best quarterback ever to play for the NFL. I think, besides Dan Marino, probably. But I was too young. I don't remember watching him play at all. So in our fucking lifetime, easily, hands down, like not even an argument. Like he's easily the best quarterback in the NFL.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, sure that team was stacked, but
Still unbelievable, man.
It's crazy. I don't know, like, who else would you put down there as a quarterback and still won?
Well, think of any other quarterbacks that left that won. Has there been any quarterback in the past 10 years that had won with one team, left, and then won again the next year on a different team? Can you think of any that's done that?
It would have to
Peyton?
been
Did
Peyton
he do that in
Manning
Denver?
with Denver.
Did he win the next
but
year?
I don't know if he won like in
Indy.
Indianapolis and then went to like Denver and won again.
Did he win in Denver?
He won in
Won
Denver.
Super Bowl in Denver?
Yeah, because it was with Von Miller. They had the crazy defense. Like Von Miller
Was it the first year that he left, though? Do you think? I can't remember if it was. And I don't think he won the year before in Indy, though.
I think it was literally he left Indy and went to Denver and won. We got to Google that.
But New England, did Brady win for the Pats the 1 year and then the year after won in Tampa or no?
No, I don't think so.
No, it was years before. Okay, so never mind then. But
So
it's still impressive
never,
to do.
It was never like a back to. I don't know if there was ever a quarterback literally winning a Super Bowl and then going to a team next year.
Well, I
There's
guess that
been
wouldn't make
players-
sense. Right? Why would you win as a quarterback? Why would you win the Super Bowl and then leave your team? So that makes sense. Like, I don't think there's ever been a scenario where a quarterback has won the Super Bowl and then left the next year. Yeah. The only time that happens is, like, NBA. People do that on the NBA. Like, fucking Kawhi Leonard, the fuck. Fucking asshole.
Fucking guy, man.
Let's go down.
He's still kicking it, though.
Thought-provoking
See if we can
questions.
go down this rabbit hole again. We've done it before, but
Yo, what about LeBron, though? Is he going to win the chip this year? First father duo to win an NBA championship?
Things were looking rocky there, and then that trade was just
Luka
fucking
is crazy.
bizarre. But they finally like started to mesh, and like they're doing good things. But they won I think 6 games in a row, and then LeBron sat
just
out,
got,
and then
like,
they ended up
hurt,
and then they ended up losing without LeBron. So I think they'll easily, worst case scenario, they'll be in the play-in tournament for the playoffs, and then as long as that team is healthy, man, like. Anything can happen, I think, honestly, especially
But they
in
were
the
like
NBA.
I don't even know what they're ranked right now, but they're in second place.
Oh,
At some point, they were like in second, behind Oklahoma.
Yeah, I don't know, man. They're a good team, but there's a lot of good teams in the NBA this year. Like Denver, OKC is good. Fucking Cleveland is doing insane things right now. They're on
Denver, though.
14-game winning streak, I think, or something like that right now, or a 16-game winning streak. I think they're 16 games. Wins away from having a 70-win season.
That's Cleveland.
Hasn't been done since. I was just reading
55 and 10, Cleveland right now.
Crazy.
That
so
is
they're
wild.
15 games away now.
55 and 10, dude. Holy
Insane,
shit.
Dude. Yeah, they're playing insane basketball, and they're not, and like they're like missing players when they're like winning these games too. Like Donovan Mitchell, they're like missing him for some of these wins too.
Second is Celtics, 47 and 18. Yeah, and then Western Conference is, dude, like Oklahoma is 53 and 12.
Yeah. Insane.
That's
Shy,
wild.
representing Canada, he's doing crazy
I know.
things.
And then Nuggets 42 and 23, and then the Lakers in third, 40 and 23.
Third. Who's in fourth right now?
Fourth, Grizzlies, Memphis.
Even that team, man.
Yeah.
That's fucking.
Yeah.
So it honestly comes down to.
And then you have the
injuries at-
sleeper Golden State, dude. Which they
With
go
Jimmy
into the
Butler there now
playoffs,
too,
you
yeah.
know, and then they just start going
Dude,
off.
that's what I mean. The NBA, anything can happen with playoffs, especially if like injuries happen, like if
Right.
teams are, you know what I mean? So anything honestly can happen. It's whoever's the healthiest at that point, I think, is probably gonna win.
Yeah, so I think LeBron is out for the next couple of weeks. I think he had like a strain or something. I fucking know.
Fucking father time. I wonder if that's ever gonna catch up with that fucking guy. I almost
Dude,
feel
50,000 points.
Yeah, crazy.
50,000 points.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's never gonna happen.
He's at 50,000.
Yeah, he
Oh,
scored
you mean like
50,000.
never gonna happen again? You mean?
Yeah, it's never gonna happen. I doubt it.
I don't know, man. It's insane. It's
Who's a scoring machine right now?
the thing is you still have to have one of these guys who are going to be able to play healthy for 20 years. Like
Right.
that is to me like the 50,000 obviously is an amazing accomplishment. I think what is crazier is how he's been playing at this level his whole fucking career.
Yeah.
Like I was just seeing this article the other day and it was showing the last time he won an MVP season, all of his stats are better that season.
Yeah.
And he's fucking, what, 40? He just turned 40.
Dude, he's playing with guys who were like, he was in the league and they weren't even born yet.
It's insane. That's so impressive. So
That's
either
nuts.
the league is turning a blind eye to him fucking doing some illegal shit to stay healthy, or he just really is a beast and like really takes care of his body to where he's not getting injured.
He's spending millions on the body.
Oh,
dude.
I'm sure he's probably spending $1 million a year for sure, or has spent at least. Like, I'm sure he's got all these machines in his like cryo chambers and like everything to fucking get repaired.
He's got
quicker,
the newest tech, man. It's wild.
Yeah.
Do you have to pay for any? Like, is it expensive, this whole process?
That was the other question. I was curious because I don't know if I'm going to be covered for physio. I might have to pay physio.
Maybe a little bit or something.
Like, I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm going to have to ask them. But the first initial, when the surgery was free because it was like, I needed it.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's covered in Canada if you like absolutely need to have the surgery.
If it's not an elective or something.
Yeah. So like if I would have waited, then like his buddy that I was talking about, who they said they wouldn't operate, I'm sure he still could get the procedure done, but he would have to pay for it out of pocket, right? Which would be thousands of dollars, I'm assuming. So it was like the ultrasound obviously was free. The sling that I first went there and got, they sent me a bill in the mail. It was like $20.
Oh yeah.
And then I think it was like maybe like $30 for the tramadol.
Yeah.
So it was like $50 everything.
But it's not like there was $1,000 charge for something crazy.
No, I think the most expensive thing is probably going to be physio because that that can be like $60 to $80 a session. I think so. I don't know if they like give me like a couple and then it's up to me to pay up for myself. Yeah. But I'm honestly just going to go for a week or two anyways, and then just like do shit on my own because like I go to the gym all the time. I used to be personal trainer.
YouTube that shit, man.
I'm fully capable of doing it on my own, but I'll go there for the first couple of times so they can show me what to do and what exercises to do. And then I'm like, they have shit that feels good, like that electroshock therapy, but there's not like any real benefit of doing that. I've been told by them. It just like feels good. Like it doesn't help improve like recovery or anything like that.
Look at those,
43 subs in 28 days. Let's go.
Oh boy, 100 subscribers now. What are you at? Oh, 121.
Dude,
woo!
We're at. This is all within the last 2 weeks.
That's it.
So like, look at this. This is, you could see how this is kind of cool.
Does it show your #1 podcast that you had?
Yeah, of course. But look, this one, Jeans. This is, well, I don't know.
Eminem's clone and
who's. I don't even know who's on this one.
That sounds like
this
Randy.
was Randy.
Yeah, that
Was
sounds
it?
like
Yeah.
Randy. Because he went to Costa Rica, I think, recently.
But like, this is just one day, right? This is always. So this is for the last 2 year, right? It's been around this, like, right, views per day between 5 and say 40 or something, right?
I'm wondering.
And then
if
this day.
2,000 views.
And then ever since then, it's been like, look at.
But still, that's.
And then it went back up.
Dude, how cool is that?
Yeah.
That's so sick.
Yeah, that is sick.
And like, keep in mind, like, it's 121 subscribers, but up until basically this time, well, you'll see. Watch, see, none. Basically, 0, 0, 0,
What do you think happened?
We don't know.
We
like,
don't know
Was there
what
anything
happened.
specific? Was it the day that you posted saying you
Dude,
needed 100 subscribers?
No,
when you were at
because
97?
I called him on that like Monday or something. I called him. I was like,
that
yo.
would have been Sunday. That was a Sunday.
I was like, yo, has something happened? Like, is one of the posts just gone on Instagram or something? And nope, nothing. So I think it's just a matter of like staying consistent on
just getting into the algorithm finally, and then being like,
because you can see like all the views. Like, so these were all like 100. Like max was 100. They were usually like 50 to 80, and now they're all like, in a couple hundreds. And what was actually surprising that I noticed too was like one of them, like, or I think this one even has the likes on it is a big spike too. So like a bunch of them have spikes in the likes. I think it's just a matter of like the consistency and like.
Yeah, I don't know. Like,
but
algorithm must have hit something,
sweet.
and then it's like, it would be cool to see is like where what the viewership's coming from. Like, is it, what part of the world? Is it like local?
Yeah.
Like where is it like?
That's cool to see though. Eh? It's like maybe.
Well, it's
one
just
day.
Inevitably, if you just keep doing it, like, and then like even if it's shit, there's always like, people that can
for sure, and you never know when you might fuck. And I'm sure like over time you're like, okay, like take it a little bit more seriously. Like what can we do to start like getting more views or
maybe, but like it's like half of it is just the genuine, like
fun,
just the fact that we're just staying genuine is like okay, like why change? Well, we'll see, I guess.
I mean, you could do more efficient stuff, but the content doesn't necessarily have to change or anything, No. But yeah, like look at this, like so some of these were like 5, like this one that was the 38 likes. So like it's crazy to see that.
What did my last podcast do with you guys?
We did the golfing one.
No, not that one. I mean, let's see that one, but that was
probably not that good.
Yeah, it actually is not crazy, but it was partially blocked because of that music that Randy started playing at the very end.
Right.
But what was the one before that? What would it have been? Look on the little.
When did I come?
Right.
So that would have been.
You'd be tagged.
January. I think it would have been.
Right here.
Right there, yeah, fishing.
Football, fishing, work life. Not that good.
But it's like, keep in mind, like these are like stuff where you could put more time and effort into. Maybe is like I would either do something basic like this or put the guest name in the title. But it's like I don't want to start overthinking it and caring too much, really.
Man, maybe you should though. You never know.
I know, I naturally, but it's not something I want to like I would rather have this happen and be like, okay, this is an evident place to improve versus like doing it and then expecting I could do it on the next one and it'd be the lowest, and it's just like then you have a buzzkill and you're in your head
and you got like a little mind fuck. You're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's true.
Meanwhile, if it's like all the same, like it's not. I don't know. It's cool. You don't want to go too big into a rabbit hole of like caring what any of this says too.
No, but it was like wow, because when you called me, you're like, yo, what the hell is going on? And I'm like, yo, what the hell?
Yeah, it's sweet.
I don't know what I was doing when I came.
You were
up
thought-provoking questions. Did you find any cool ones? Not really.
Watched them all. Too bad YouTube doesn't have like a news.
Did you have a golf membership last year, or you just went out whenever you could?
I just went out, and honestly, last year I didn't golf much at all.
Yeah.
The year before I golfed a lot.
Yeah.
And then the last summer that just happened, I felt like it was such a short summer for some reason. It was weird. And then I only golfed probably honestly that summer, I'd be surprised if I golfed more than 10 times.
Really, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't. That's why I canceled my membership originally too, because I didn't get out at all, like as much as I wanted to. I was working so much last summer that I think I got out maybe 30 times, which is good, but not years prior to that, man.
And I think another big factor it was a lot of the weekends were shitty weather.
Yeah,
and usually I could play I'd be free to play on a weekend.
Yeah.
During the week it was just tough, even with work or whatever. But weekends, every time a weekend showed up, it was like fuck, it's raining, right? So it's like I can't do shit.
Yeah, that's
so true. I don't know. Maybe this summer I'll try to see if we can get out a little bit more. If this guy wants to get out.
Fair enough.
And if you gotta get out, I mean, you don't like golfing with noobs though. I'm a noob, so.
I mean, I've golfed with you before. It's fine. Dude, there's I'm so hit or miss. I'll go out there and I'll fucking shoot an 80, and then the next time I'll go out and shoot 98. It's just so hit or miss sometimes.
The last time him and I played actually was pretty sick because we actually got it it was pretty close because you're like, all right, I give you an extra stroke, so it was almost competitive.
Yeah.
Because he's like, all right, unless it was a par 3. Mm-hmm. Everything other than a par 3, you were like, all right, you will get an extra stroke, and it was down to the wire playing. It was actually pretty sick.
Man, I was thinking about what you said the other day. Is if there is one thing that you could do, and you would just take a full year and focus on that to see if you could go pro. I was honestly thinking about doing that with golf, just stopping everything and then just fucking going full tilt and recording it all and creating a channel and seeing if I could win a fucking tournament or place in a tournament something
well, you already won a tournament though.
Yeah, the guest tournament. Yeah, that was fucking. But
sick. Does that count? It'd have to be those are all flighted out.
Yeah, if they're all flighted out and handicaps are taken into consideration. I mean, see how like if I seriously took it. Like
Just do it for a whole summer and see if by the end you could beat me.
Yeah, I mean this. yeah. Start there. Let's do baby steps. Let's start there.
No, but like watching just go all summer long. I just come out like have an awesome best game of the season.
Yeah,
and you're like, oh, that was a waste of it.
Yeah, seriously.
I don't know, man. It would be interesting to see, like, even just content aside.
Yeah.
Like,
I think honestly, I would have to, if I was seriously thinking about doing that, I would probably move to like Florida or something like that, so I could like golf year round.
Yeah, if I had the option, someone's like, "What do you want? You got like a year to fuck around. What do you?" I probably would be like, "I want to see like golf. Just want to fucking
that,
golf."
or maybe fucking playing an instrument. I bet you I could.
Instrument?
Probably
No,
get
not
guitar,
interested.
you know what's funny is, side note, kind of everything. We went to the Knights game last night. And me and T were sitting on the couch at like 5 yesterday. And I was like, and it's March break. And I'm like, oh, fuck, what are we going to do? And I was like, oh, you want? Too bad there wasn't a Knights game. We could just like go down to a Knights game tonight. There ended up being a Knights game. I ended up getting tickets. And then me and T parked here, walked over. Like, nice. And so we were there a couple of weeks ago. And one of the members here like works at the arena and like recruits people for the intermission like on ice games. Yeah. So me and like I went with Jake and Ludwig and stuff, and like we were like, you know, into it pretty good. Yeah. And this he comes up, the member goes, "Oh, you guys would be perfect." And we're like, "What are you talking about? For what?" He's like, "Oh no, you're doing the thing, like it's a tire race. So you start at center ice, have a tire between your legs, and you got to roll it into the net." And we're like, I'm like, not a chance. Like, you guys can do it, right? And they're like, "Oh, well, because you said that, you're doing it." Yeah, so me and another guy, we did it, and that was that. And then me and T went last night, and we're sitting there, and the mascot skating around the ice, and he comes. I'm like, T, watch this. He's gonna throw this right to me. And just like being a smart ass, he comes over, and like we're sitting like kind of on the glass. Yeah. And he comes over, and he like, I couldn't have scripted it better. He throws it to me. I like reach out one hand, grab the shirt for T. She's like,
she was like, "Oh my god!"
I'm like, T,
Dad, you're my hero. Like, how did you just call that? You probably felt so good.
It was like, I was like, T, watch this. He's gonna come throw it right to us. And
for coolness in that moment.
Well, what was almost supposed to be better was I was like, let's go play some, because me and Jake will go and we'll always do 50-50. So I was like $20 for me, T, $20 for you, like in front of the ticket lady. And she's like, well, I'm just gonna pretend I can't because I can't actually. I'm like, yeah, no shit. Like I'm there for me. Like what are we doing here? And anyways, I was just like, the last couple of games we've gotten those like random lucks and stuff, and like it was $10,000 the 50-50.
Did you hit it?
No, wow, you'd know by now if
I guess so.
But I was like, let's do it. Like there's crazy shit has happened. The energy is like whatever, especially for the last couple of games, and then. We're on our way home, and it doesn't get announced till like after the game or like later on. And I was like, T, if we win this tonight, we're going to Florida or Mexico tomorrow, right? Or like whenever. Yeah. And we got home, and she's like, Dad, check him. I'm like, well, T, like, there's a very, very slim chance we're going to. She's like, no, I want to. She's like committed, right? Yeah. Okay, so I was looking at the card, the things, and it's $20 for 100 numbers. So I got 200 numbers, and no word of a lie, I had two. The lady printed out two like stacks, like two slips of numbers, because I was like 20 for me. She's like, I can print them out like this. Yeah. And the number, I can't make this up. Then I wish I had the things here so I could show you it. The number was definitely picked between my batches, because they almost continued, but there was like, you could tell that someone other like on another terminal had also scanned in at the same time. And I had like the first like if it was an 8-digit number, I had the first like 4, and then the next one was like the next 4, like it ended up being like 1,000 off. But I was like, oh man, my number's like a couple hundred off here and a couple hundred off here. I guarantee that transaction or somewhere, like, quickly, was the number. And I was like, no fucking way.
If you would have just committed instead of him and Han.
Yeah, 100%. If I was just like,
probably would have hit that.
I don't know. I mean, it's still such a small margin, but
that's fuck still. That would have been sick.
I know.
Can we change the screen so we don't see Kai Green's fucking wiener down there?
Where? I'm not even looking at it. That's all you're looking at, eh? No, we can't actually.
There's my boy Justin Fields right there, man.
Who's that?
Did the Ravens pick up anyone in the offseason? You guys don't really need to. I don't like. You guys are like you're there. You just for whatever reason those big moments, man. You just fuck up somehow.
Mark Andrews, dude.
That was a big choke, man. That was a big choke. Those big moments for the Ravens the past 2 years, just for whatever reason,
sucks,
just
man.
choke.
And it would have been a better
there's
matchup
that
for
question.
them, like to play the Kansas City Chiefs than Buffalo.
Buffalo is looking even better this year, man. Who do they just picked up?
They just picked up Bosa.
They picked up Joey Bosa, and they picked up Josh Palmer too.
Yes,
That's
right.
two big fucking that's two big pickups. Bosa alone is huge.
And they just signed a 1-year contract with the clone Hamlin. You know.
Who? Buddy who died.
Who died?
Yeah.
And they put a clone that shit in there. They got a clone playing, bro.
Yeah.
Too much clone shit, bro. Yeah, DeMar Hamlin. Yeah, they just signed him for a 1-year deal. One more.
That's cool. I wonder if they were just doing that. Well, he had a decent year actually last
He
year.
played, man. He even played in the playoffs. He was good.
This is for you, Gibson. What if you're mentally challenged and everyone else is just playing along?
Wait a second. Is this a charity event?
Did I just tear my bicep?
What if you're mentally challenged and everyone else is just playing along? I mean, you
He
wouldn't.
went boxing.
You wouldn't be. Yeah. Oh,
was
fuck.
a
Freak
handicap
accident.
guy.
Hopefully he doesn't fucking sue us. Fucking crayon eater.
That's funny.
Oh, man. I guess you really wouldn't fucking know. I mean, you.
Yeah, you would.
How would you know?
I guess you really.
What was that movie with
This
Jim
is your
Carrey?
perception of reality, I guess, right? Everyone's just playing along.
What is that movie with Jim Carrey that's also kind of weird where he's the Thurman Show? Was it the Thurman?
I
Truman?
don't think I've ever seen that.
It's also
Truman
so
Show?
crazy. He's like literally locked up somewhere and living.
Have you
in this-
watched, what have I been watching since we talked last? I finished the Paradise.
I actually just was it you or
Yeah,
was it
a bunch.
bunch
I
of
think.
people recommended
Did you
Paradise.
Dude, I
watch
just
yeah,
wrote him
cleared
a
it.
list.
So,
I was like, here,
yeah,
go.
so good. You know what? It was another
else did
good
you
one that I
watch?
watched. 1,000 Blows, I think. Was it one on Disney or was it on Disney? Yeah, Disney. I seen it on.
I'm into
what?
Snowfall
1,000
now.
Blows. It's,
You're into
Yeah, I'm
Snowfall?
almost done the first season.
man,
Yeah,
so good.
Franklin Saint, baby.
So fucking good.
Or maybe not.
Great
What did he
show.
happen last? I'm in the
you can't
first
tell me. I
season.
haven't finished
Oh
watching
man, it's
it.
amazing. You know, another one, a good one is Your Honor with
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Brian
watch.
Cranston.
That's
Yeah.
a while. I
That's a
watched
really
that a
good one,
while
too.
ago. The movie, that one was good. The one
What
that we
movie?
were just talking about.
Companion.
Companion.
What's that?
Companion. You gotta watch. Yeah, it's.
It's
I
the
can't really
one
tell
where
you much about it.
I mean, but it's in the thing. It's with his wife. They go to a thing in the forest,
Like a cottage getaway.
cottage in the forest, and the guy's wife's like a AI robot. No.
What'd you say? 1,000 what?
1,000 Blows. It's where like these two black dudes from where did they come? I think they came from Jamaica, and they moved to
okay.
England, and it's like 19, like I want to say
One
like
season.
1940 or 1960 or 1920, something like that. I can't remember when it was. And they're these two brothers, and they're boxers, and then so they wind up going to like this bar, and in the back of the bar there's like this boxing ring in there, and like these other two boxers that fight too, and then it's just like a bunch of different characters that they wrap up into like one big storyline. But it's a pretty sick show.
I'm trying to think of what happened last in
Snowfall?
Snowfall.
You're in season 1?
Yeah.
So yeah, you get to you're getting to know all the
The
you met
dads.
Avi and shit.
The dads. They know.
Like his uncle.
His brother, her brother, and her dad know that they're with the dude.
Who's
The dad just came in and saw her operation.
Oh, the
Snowfall?
Mexicans. You mean the Mexicans?
Yeah, the girl.
Okay, so Oso and the girl. Is that who you're talking about?
Are we
Yeah.
talking about Snowfall still?
Yes.
Man, it's been so I should rewatch that because I don't remember
Yeah.
any of this that you guys are talking.
Dude, I never even like knew about the show, and then all of a
Man,
sudden I
it's
was
so
scrolling.
fucking
I was
good.
like,
You know what? You know what's another good show that I don't think a lot of people have even heard of? It's called 000.
Oh yeah, I've watched it.
It's so good.
On Amazon.
You'll have to dub it, or I like watching shows with the language and just reading underneath.
Sick.
Man, it's better. It's like Narcos, but like an Italian version, I think, and it's fucking way better.
And it's sick because it's got like.
Did you watch 0 Day or 0 Hour?
Oh, on Netflix with fucking De Niro. Yeah, I ended up clearing that out the other day. It was pretty good. Actually, I think I stopped watching stopped it.
That's a movie.
Where TV show.
A TV show. I stopped it where he was like basically like admitting fault, and then I just like stopped watching the TV show right after.
Did he? So is he?
I don't know. I just stopped it. I figured that was the end. So that was the last episode. So I'm like,
does he actually have? Is he actually going crazy?
I didn't finish it. I probably should have watched it.
You can't fucking spoil that shit. I want to fucking watch it.
Yeah, I honestly, I didn't watch the end of it, so I can't even tell you. I'm not sure.
All right, whatever then.
It's a good TV. I would recommend. I should probably go home and watch the ending, but I figured I knew what the ending was. So.
Maybe there's a big twist.
It could be, yeah.
I mean, why don't we just go on here? What else is good?
Yeah, because you're probably just banging out shows and shit, eh?
Man. That's all I've been doing. I've been like, I'm gonna like do like I'm gonna like read more during this time and like learn like a new skill. But like I've been so fucked up on pain meds that I'm just on the couch
binging,
groggy that I can't do anything anyways, right? But
yeah, so you almost finished the first season of Snowfall.
Yeah,
you're on episode 9. Go to the movies. Man, Avi's my boy. I love Avi. He's so funny.
He's
the Jew.
Movies. I don't know. Hasn't been a ton.
Dude,
out,
I watched
The Complete Unknown the other day. That was actually really good.
The Complete Unknown.
Yeah, it's actually really good.
Where's that one?
Like 3 Over.
That's
Timothy
with what's his name? Timothy
Chalamet.
Who's he? What singer?
Bob Dylan.
Bob Dylan.
Really good.
Yeah.
And he actually sings and plays and harmonicas everything in the fucking movie. It's not like fake. It's crazy. But he had apparently.
It's not a musical though, right?
No, it's not a musical. Because I fucking hate that shit.
Yeah.
I tried to watch that one Elvis thing that they had on Netflix, and it was like a musical, and I was like, I'm not.
I can't do that either. Yeah.
No, it's dope. Like he's actually like going to concerts and like playing songs and like sounds pretty fucking good. But
he was supposed to win an Oscar for that.
I mean, it was pretty.
And then he got robbed by the Brutalist.
Who?
The guy who.
I haven't seen that movie. What's that? What's it about?
Second World War, but it's like 3.5 hours or some type of shit.
Maybe I'll check that out. I got time.
Watch the other one, Companion. That's a good movie.
What's that, Companion?
That's the movies. Yeah, when you show them like just I don't even know where it would be on. Hulu.
I got this.
No, I think it's on Netflix.
I got this streaming website that literally streams like any movie and TV show that I can.
Yeah, so then that way you can probably see it.
It's new though.
I think so. Let's see if it's on. I think. Did I watch it on here? I must have.
Dude, it's a movie. It's not a TV show.
Okay, relax. Moana 2's not out yet. This one?
This one right there. Yeah.
Who's that actor? Oh,
it's Huey from friggin' The Boys.
First was the day I met Josh.
That guy.
Oh, that guy.
Yeah.
The Boys, so
The
good.
Boys.
Yeah.
There's actually a new season I got to check out, I think, of that too.
I'm waiting for the final season.
Oh, shit.
Just relax. Remember to smile and act happy.
So she's a robot?
Yeah.
Tonight now. Iris, wake up.
What are you doing? Shut her down already.
What is she talking about, Josh?
It's pretty sick.
It's wild, yeah. It's sick.
This was not part of the plan.
Yeah, that looks really good.
I didn't mean to.
How fucked up are we, eh? Yeah, that looks fucking sick.
Meanwhile,
An
we
gotta
AI
watch
guy
this
killing
shit.
humans. That sounds fun.
Josh. The days of you controlling me are over.
It's like a more intense version of Ex Machina.
Yeah,
It's like if
was
Ex
a
Machina
crazy-
was like
Got Out.
and like this is like the second version, the sequel of like Ex Machina.
Because that one was just like him actually like making that.
Yeah, and then she got out at the end of the movie.
She got out.
And this is basically what happens when that
So this is like 100 years later where they actually like just mass produce those.
Yeah. Dude, I was actually thinking the other day, I'm like, man, I should start mastering AI because I was like getting concerned for even my business. Like, I think because how good AI's, like how good it is right now for like photography and like how they can like even put together like realistic videos now. Like, I think photography and videography is going to be fucking obsolete in 10 years. I don't even think it's going to be like existed to where like you need a person to
Probably not. It'll be like drone technology,
just, like,
if not just straight up a fucking
just some guy behind a computer that's controlling
that
everything.
chick. Yeah.
I honestly think it's like we're 5 to 10 years away from like not even needing videographers or like even like there's a point now to where like celebrities can just sell their likeness and then they have permission to where like you can just AI them in. They're not actually in the fucking movie.
I've seen a couple times like on wherever in the last like little bit where I'm like, I'm 99% sure that's AI, but like, damn. Like,
yeah, it's getting close.
Yeah.
Some of these like reels or whatever that you see is just like, damn, is this real?
I know. I'm like, man, I think I might have to start thinking about a career change because I'm not going to have
Just
one
think
in 10
about
years.
like think about like a wedding that you shoot, right? Somebody could just like come in, pop off like 5 drones. You won't even notice them that they're around, just shooting like content. And then at the end, you'll just like get
in a computer
email
system, and it just
the email. You get an email. Here's your video. Here's your photos, and boom, you're just like.
I mean, even with all the shit that I do, and like, although they're still not probably the best, but like the clips and all that used to be like paying someone to sit down in front of a computer and do it, and now it's just like I put it through software, and it's
that's
put the
crazy.
video for the link of the YouTube video, and it pops out 100 different things, and then I can like go in there. But I'm sure there's even stuff one step further than that really makes it more of even a finished product than what I get. But
for sure, like I think for now you definitely still need videographers.
Yeah, so here's my email
for like at least 5 years. But dude, honestly, in fucking 10 years, man, I'm seriously concerned for what that looks like for people in the industry. If you're not like adapting and learning new skills or learning how to use AI, then you're fucking gonna be left in the dust, man.
Yeah, for sure. It's inevitable.
Yeah, man, it's crazy how fast it's gonna change, dude.
Oh, you turned off Mufasa 20 minutes in. What happened there?
that would have been Tatum.
Man, this sucks.
Have you guys seen the new Lion King movie yet?
No.
I
try and like,
not even Tatum wanted it though, so it can't be that good if she didn't even finish it.
She's pretty picky.
She's got good sense of what a good movie is. Then
all of a sudden she's like, "Hey man, I want to watch Companion."
Yo, have you watched this though? She loves this.
Yeah, that's the one I was talking about.
I know she loves it, and I'm like, "Gee, this is a little too much for you, but like, let's do it."
There's
Beast Games, that was good.
Yeah, that was really good.
I'd love to be on. You know that was in
Toronto.
I know.
That's
we talked
yeah.
about that on the air.
Pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to tell her to watch both. There's like 2 of those. Spider-Mans.
I know. I actually just realized I was watching it. I tried to put it. Is it on here? I tried to put it on for her, and then I was like, "Oh wait, this is not the same movie," but I thought it was. Home Alone, probably the most replayed thing on here.
Garfield.
Yeah.
Did you watch any of the Combine?
No,
No,
I didn't watch any of the Combine. It's crazy how it's not even like I wasn't like I don't want to say I wasn't aware. I was aware of the Combine, but I feel like it wasn't as exciting as it used to be like back in the day.
Well, a lot of these guys are just like sitting out and not doing it too. Like I'm pretty sure Shedeur Sanders, I think he only did like a couple.
So
of the
what are they
exercises.
waiting for? Like their pro days?
I think,
or like they just don't care.
I think
like,
they're not doing the Combine. They'll just go and work out for certain teams.
Yeah,
maybe. Like, cause
maybe the Combine is just gonna get obsolete, man.
Well, I think the way it is now, it's like the Combine's good for like those players that are looking to stand out that no one really knows who they are, right? Like if you're a high ticket player like Sanders there, who's like potentially going in the first round, top 10. If you're like maybe you're like feeling a little bit sore, or like you're like I don't want to get drafted to this team, then you sit out because you're like they're just not probably gonna think I'm like this fucking asshole who's like arrogant.
Yeah, which is like also shitty. Like, sorry to cut you off, but it's like, dude, like, what do you now like? picking and choosing what NFL team wants to draft you.
And that's what some of these fuckers are doing now. They're
It's like dude, like
who was that guy who got picked last year where they said that they're just gonna go back to college if they draft him? I can't remember who it was.
Which is also bullshit. It's like, dude, like, you know how many people are dying just to get to the NFL, and you guys are like fucking around with this shit?
The other thing too, my boy Cooper Flagg that plays for Duke. I say my boy like I know him, but just like I'm a Duke fan.
He's him on a fantasy league for.
I don't think you can pick fantasy for college basketball players, but.
Oh no.
I would if you could. Maybe you can. I don't know. But anyways, he. I think this is his second year. Second year. Can't remember.
At Duke.
Yeah, second year at Duke, but he's
is it what the white kid?
Yeah. He's sick, but they're talking about maybe running it back and coming back for another year because he doesn't want to go and play for fucking who's the bottom team right now? I can't remember who it is, but
probably like
the Wizards. They're probably in there or something like that. So they're like, fuck that, I'll just go back to college. But then you run the risk of fucking blowing out a knee and not even be able to go in, right?
But then it's like, all right, but you still probably made like millions of dollars in nil money.
I guess that is good now. Yeah, college players can make money now, so that's definitely helpful.
Yo, you know what we got to do? I just thought of this. I wonder what date it is, but I want to be able to clip this too. We got to put it out. Jelly rolls coming to town
London
in like.
Sick.
Well, let me find out. But
it's probably the next.
Send me the details of that so I remember because I actually want to go to a show.
I'm gonna do like a. Apparently, it's like been sold out for a long time.
Oh fuck, that makes sense though.
But
he's like, yo, send me the link. I want to buy a ticket, man. I want to go to the show.
I know. Fuck, I didn't even know that. That's sick. There's you know who also is really funny who's coming to town? This Chadura dude, this black comedian on fucking Instagram. He's coming to London. He's hilarious. He's gonna be funny.
March 23rd. So I want to do it like I'm gonna be able to clip this and say that if he wants something to do, we're next door and he can come chill here and do a
Jelly
podcast.
Roll, come over and do
Jelly
a podcast.
Roll, pull up, dog.
What do we got?
Podcast.
Do whatever.
We got some drinks for you, some weed, man, whatever you need.
It's a block away from the venue.
It's
a block away from the venue.
You can walk over here.
There's a gym if you want to.
Private access. It'll just be us and you. And as many girls as you want over. Don't tell Bunny. Don't tell your wives.
So that'd be cool.
We got a champ in town. You can meet a champ, a local boxing champ who tore his bicep.
Yeah.
March 23rd. So
I got some pain meds I can give you too. Throw it in your drink.
Oh God, that would just voided everything we
I'm
just
just
said.
joking, man. Just joking.
But yeah, I think it's like.
It'd be sick.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe
not.
we'll head up Randy for a golf simulator.
I wish I could fucking do that.
Yeah. Right.
Dude, that's like when is he coming? March
23rd.
23rd.
It's like next fucking week.
I'll tell you after this, but there's
next weekend.
There's
next week.
2 weeks. No, is that next
Yeah,
weekend?
'cause the 20th is.
Okay, well
my
I gotta
appointment
hurry
is.
up and edit this to get
That's
it.
the Thursday.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it is.
so
21st or second.
No.
23rd is like Sunday.
Yeah, it's a Sunday actually.
It's a weird day.
Even better. So if you want
Even
something to do on
better.
a Sunday night, come by here. You can have your after party here.
even pre and after.
True.
Pre and
It's a block away.
Jelly
Like, what are you
roll.
gonna like spend time in your like?
We got a
hotel
dope Joe
room?
Rogan vibe
Just
here.
come over here. We'll play some darts.
Yeah. I mean, crazier shit's happened, but
Yeah.
it'd be
Name
cool.
one thing crazier than that.
Yeah, true. Well, I just mean like not necessarily to us.
No.
That
That would be pretty fucking.
That would be a highlight.
You would
for
honestly
sure.
have to know, or even just like you. I bet you could probably pull up like his manager and like send him an email or something like that with like a video. Be like, hey man, look, we got a dope spot. It's private. No one's coming in or out, so you don't have to. No one really knows.
No
about
one
it.
even.
Like,
Yeah, like everyone thinks it's a gym, right?
Yeah.
So it's like a nice little speakeasy.
Yeah.
Seriously, literally,
Right?
that's what it looks like.
Yeah.
Got a dope ass bar over there.
I'm gonna send a reminder myself to go down that rabbit hole tomorrow.
We should
Try
just
to find his
stand
email.
and
Yeah, just
Send
like
an
not
email
be
or something.
annoying, but just like that's again. I'll tell you after this of kind of a funny story that leads up to this.
we should just go stand there with the like.
No,
a
that's
sign.
stupid. You're gonna get
Jelly roll.
arrested. That's not the right place to do it.
Yeah.
That's not a good idea.
No, but
Alright.
real talks though, it would be sick
Yeah, I
though.
know.
Like, why not?
Well, we just got to keep you out.
I mean,
From staying
he's
with
probably
signs, and then Gibson from pouring shit in his drink.
no. I wasn't saying I'm gonna pour it. I'm saying if you want
If
it,
you
I would
want it,
offer
he's got
a
some.
tramadol for you to mix with your drink. But I know you're on a health kick right now, so I probably shouldn't offer
Well,
that.
it's perfect. We got a gym downstairs.
Yeah, so if you want to get a workout in before or
Before-
after, bro.
yeah.
Private.
Yeah, fuck
Private. We'll close the gym down.
yeah. Hell yeah.
just like disable the locks. Like, just won't
So
be
what are
able
you
to
doing?
people like lock in.
You got a fucking cold plunge that you're putting out there this summer now, or what?
It's back there. We just got to like finish
We just
it.
got to cut the top
We
open.
just got paused because it got like winter and we
Yeah.
weren't done it. So if there's a tub inside, and it was just time of the year where if we cut the top, then it would have been like exposed all
Right.
winter long. So
Do you have a sauna out back there?
no, that's a whole. It's just the logistics behind it are pretty tough
Yeah.
because
I guess you would need it inside to be more controlled.
you could do
and
it
stuff
outside.
too,
It's
right?
just inside or outside doesn't really matter. But it's just like.
Even
Yeah.
changing rooms, like people to come in and change and stuff.
Just
You're not gonna run
who's
around
gonna
the
use
whole,
it? Is it
like-
gonna be wide open? No. Like there's a reason why fucking Good Life saunas and shit don't work
Half
most of the time.
Yeah,
Not that that's the case here, or it would be,
Yeah.
but it's like it's a whole nother.
yeah, that's true.
Cold
can.
lunch is manageable. I mean, it's easy.
We were just gonna do it like every other Sunday morning,
Mm-hmm.
or certain like just let it evolve naturally.
Yeah.
And
Have you guys checked out that longevity lounge? That's
Yeah,
in
I've been there.
Have you? Is it dope or what?
I
yeah,
haven't
it's pretty
been there
cool.
yet.
It's just like a sauna and
Cold
plunge in one
Is it-
room.
Do they have an infrared? They got red light.
yeah, I think they do have a room. I didn't go to that part, but.
Yeah, I want to check that out.
It's okay. It's just like we went when it opened kind of at the beginning, and it's just tough because it's like you pay for a session, right? So it's
Yeah.
like even like 20, 30, 40 bucks. And then like, it's awesome setup and stuff, but it's just hard. Like I think you'd need to do some sort of membership because even if I want to do like, I think I'd want to go
Like consistent.
often, like a
Yeah.
couple times a week
Just
at least,
really
and then
see
it's
the
like,
benefits.
and then it's like, if it's 100, even if it's $25 a time, it's
Yeah.
like that adds up.
Yeah. fuck.
So what
So
do
if
you
you-
have to like also like pre-book,
Yeah, it's like,
and then
yeah,
you get
yeah,
your
yeah.
like own private
I mean,
private like room?
Yeah.
Or,
And
yeah,
from the
okay.
sounds of it, it's like you book like spots, like inside, like half hour, like an
It's
hour
like tanning
increments or something.
beds,
Yeah,
set
essentially.
system basically. Yeah.
But I mean, by the sounds of it, they're like fully booked all the time because they're like making posts like, "Oh, we have one slot that just opened up. If anyone wants."
Yeah,
it." So I
yeah,
think
yeah,
they're,
like, it's
honestly fully booked up.
kind of one of
So
a
you
kind
gotta
too.
like
So
book up ahead. Like I wonder
yeah.
how far ahead you gotta book in to get in.
It's probably like random times throughout the week you could probably get in, but I would imagine like the fucking popular times are like booked up right away.
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I'd probably like if you wanted to get in, obviously. I don't, but yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
It makes you just want one even more at your house.
Yeah.
Right? And then it's like, because even if you go there for a couple months or a year or two, you're like, oh, I could just have put one in my house that I own.
That's true. You would pay the same amount over the fucking course of a year.
I mean,
Probably
you
with
can
over
get
the
one of
course
those-
set
of
up
a
for
year.
for financing anyways, that
Yeah.
you probably pay less, that's
That's
shitty
true.
to hear, but you probably pay less via like financing terms now with
Yeah.
these saunas and cold plunges.
just put one
That's
in your
cheaper
basement.
than your membership would be at something like
You're
that.
honestly right. You probably would be.
I mean,
if
a
you
barrel
are,
sauna you can get up to 7 to 10 grand.
Yeah.
Though it's like you
Oh
just
yeah,
come
even
in
way
and it's like
not-
set it up and that's
way
it.
less than that too.
Well, what would be? Let's say that on like, what do you think it would cost if you wanted to go and do like all three of those? Like if you wanted to go do a cold plunge, sauna, red light therapy there, what do you think it would cost?
Well, you just look it
Probably
up.
like
It's just-
$150.
No, $30. Why would
For
it be
all three?
Yeah, well, the sauna and cold plunge are in the same room.
$30?
Yeah, like it's
feel like
by
it'd
the
be more.
hour. What do you mean?
I bet you it's like 50 to 75. Yeah, look it up right now.
Uh,
And then
It'll
let's
be
see if we
closer
go
to, like,
three
100
I've
days.
been. No, it's not at all. Why would it be that much?
I don't
I
know.
don't know.
No, it's not. It's not. I know for a fact it's not. I've been there.
I've been there.
Well,
I
that was
know.
at the very beginning. I know it's only gone down, if anything, from then.
Well,
Let's
if it's
see.
so busy, you might want to jack up the
No.
prices.
So let's say, can you do like a 3 or you have to book individual
So
20 red light.
session, 10-minute session, 5 session, 10 session?
$45
bucks.
Each one, I bet you, is like 45. Well, let's go back to the
So
other ones.
traditional sauna and cold immersion. Okay.
10 sessions for 2 people.
Fuck, that's expensive.
I told you.
$350. So it's $35 an hour.
Okay.
If you book like 10 session package.
Go back.
For
to
one person.
So okay, so
Yeah,
let's go
35
back to
bucks.
the other ones. It's probably 35.
It said 45. 50 minutes, one person, $45.
So let's say if you want to do all 3, 35 times 3, and then you want to do that.
This is cold plunge and sauna.
Oh, that's cold plunge. And okay, so go back to see what the red light is.
25-minute session. $25.
So.
But like you wouldn't be there for. I don't think you'd do all 3.
You don't think so? I would think I would want to maximize going there and just doing all 3. Do the sauna, cold plunge, and then the red light, and then fucking go.
So
home.
where
go
was?
home.
I'm sure there's
20
one with all of it.
25 plus 45.
70
$45
bucks.
plus 45, and let's say you want to do that 3 times a week, and then you do that every single week. So that's a 10 grand a year, 10,920
Plus
a
tax
year.
on that.
That's like close to 15 or 12. It'll be like 12, 13,000.
Yeah,
a
but
year.
you'd get a lot cheaper. But yeah.
But
Like,
to
you
your
wouldn't
point though,
pay,
it's like
like-
you'd be better off to fucking putting all that in your house for the same amount of money.
10
It pays for
session-
itself in 1 year.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I know. That's what I'm saying. So if they just sold,
I mean, it's a
but
good
I guess
concept
they
what they
kind of
did,
do
for
now
sure.
too, right? Like if you go this, and get.
Because like, how often do you think you would need to go to these to actually see like the benefits? Like,
Well, the more the merrier.
Probably
the
like
better.
every day.
but like, let's say like if
Like you do
go,
a cold plunge every day, it's probably beneficial.
But like,
right?
if you go once a week, do you think that that's going to be like any type of substantial like?
It's
benefit?
just it feels good and it's a stress reliever and anything. I think.
Which I guess would be good for your mental health.
Yeah, but like you could go. Let's see.
But like realistically,
Yeah,
to
so there's
see some
time.
genuine,
Friday, okay.
There's lots
to
of
see some
times.
genuine differences, I'd say you'd probably have to go 3 times a week.
Yeah, I mean, if I had one at my house, I'd be going every day. So
Yeah.
what's that
Yeah.
say?
Yeah.
And it's not that like you could get in there anytime.
Yeah.
But if I had one at my house, I'd be doing it every night before bed.
Oh, fuck yeah.
So say 4 or 5 days a week at least.
So honestly, I think it'd be beneficial to just fucking, man, you should just convert this to that. Just get honestly, you'd probably make good money if you could fucking rent, and it's already down to its bare.
Yeah, but it's like a whole thing, right? Like you're talking
massive fucking
sanitary
Yeah.
bullshit,
Right.
like especially if you're talking saunas and
Yeah.
it's again, you might as well just get one for yourself.
For
It always
yourself,
boils
yeah.
down to having probably the best bed to having one in your backyard,
Yeah.
one of each.
Yeah, for sure.
And even like this, you don't need for at home. You don't need the $10,000 tub that they.
No, yeah,
they
exactly.
have.
You could get like the fucking cheaper one to where you could probably get all 3 of these in your house for $5 grand.
No, probably
don't
No,
think
not,
so?
a little
but-
bit more for sure.
Well, you could build your own sauna for probably a couple thousand in your backyard.
Yeah, the saunas aren't expensive.
And then
The
cold
only
plunge.
thing-
If you want to get a sick one, that's maybe another like an actual sick one is like $1,000, I would say, probably. So you're only up to like 3,000-4,000.
Yeah,
And
maybe.
then the
I think
infrared is-
I'd double what you're saying, but
You
yeah.
think so?
Yeah.
Well, look it up
Yeah,
right now.
so
We
like
got the
sauna
internet.
probably will cost you $7 grand.
No,
You
less
think
than that.
If you
If you build by
build it
yourself,
yourself-
cheaper.
No, Costco will have them.
Costco sauna,
Yeah, they'll be 3, 4.
not infrared. We're talking about like full on.
Well, then you're not. Yeah, then
So I
that's.
guess you would want to probably build.
See, there you go. Barrel sauna,
yeah,
$7.99.
and that's like a pretty good one too.
But you're not gonna get a barrel sauna. Like, I don't think you're gonna have a. It's all infrared. Like all the ones at these places are infrared. I
The
think.
saunas.
Yeah.
So are these all infrared saunas?
Steam sauna, barrel steam sauna. They're for $6.99. Golden Design, St. Moritz, 2-person barrel steam sauna.
Yeah, I just don't think you're going steam.
No, you're definitely not going steam. If anything, you would be just getting like the rocks,
The rocks,
and then or even like a wood sauna. Can you do a wood sauna?
Probably depending where you are, but. Yeah, I mean, again, I guess if you wanted inside or outside, right? That's what
Right.
it comes down to.
Yeah,
You're not gonna have a cold plunge.
inside probably.
Well, I guess
Yeah,
it's
but-
just
You could.
totally different. Like, let's see if they have. It depends what kind of setup you like. These are
That's
like a sick like Joe Rogan one.
That's crazy, man.
That's
$4,000.
Yeah,
because it's got all the pump and everything chiller with it. So this
I
one
feel
would
like
be
So this keeps your temperature
this would
cold at
be in
all
the
times.
house.
Yeah.
Obviously,
It
it's
can
outdoor
go-
here,
yeah.
but
Indoor and
have-
outdoor.
you're just paying for this thing basically.
Right.
Yeah, that's sick. But yeah, but basically, if you were serious about it, you could do all 3 in your backyard for the same price as if you were to go 3 times a week for a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it would definitely be worth it to fucking just do all this in your at your own house. This is probably what's most expensive to have like a big
Actual
ass,
panel.
Yeah. Because what's that smaller panel right there?
Far,
that alone is
far,
only
yeah.
$400. Yeah.
So
So
triple
times
that,
fucking
yeah.
10. Yeah.
Or whatever, yeah. But no, yeah, you should go try it though. It's pretty awesome. Like,
Yeah.
it's not. At the end of the day, it's, if you're going for convenience and want to get out of the house and stuff like that, it's good.
Mm-hmm.
And if you only do the other one, it's not bad, right? If you only do,
Is there like a cryo chamber in London at all?
I don't know,
That's a good question.
probably.
Probably at like Western.
Yeah.
I'd be
I
surprised.
wonder how beneficial if that would be for my like recovery for my arm going to the longevity lounge.
Ooh, I don't know.
It probably would be. I mean, what's the side effects of it, or what's the
Like
negative?
the sauna would be good for sure. I can just do that at Good Life though. I wonder if infrared it would be good for like muscle recovery.
Probably infrared. I feel
Yeah.
like the sauna or cold plunge would just be too much like stress, like,
Well, I mean, those are both. I don't know how.
or
well
maybe at a
those-
certain point. But like if you're fresh out, like,
Yeah. Oh yeah. I wouldn't. I mean, I would probably do a sauna because that would be good. Like the heat would help speed up the healing. The cold plunge would be all right too.
Saunas are sick, man. I love saunas.
Oh man, you feel amazing after.
oh, so you spelled that wrong.
Inflammation, swelling, blood flow can restrict blood flow.
Ice packs, 3-4 weeks.
Not
So
recommended post surgery.
yeah, so by then you're like kind of
1 to 2. That's basically when this shit will be off.
Yeah,
to
yeah,
Where
that's
you
what I
wanna.
mean.
What should be cautiously avoiding overexposure. So just don't overdo.
yeah.
it.
That's
Well,
what I mean by like
what's the-
stressful though.
Go back.
like-
Go scroll up a bit for the sauna. So that's
Sauna risk of excessive swelling can
so
dehydrate the
basically
tissue.
Yeah.
4 to 6 weeks is when I want to be doing sauna. Good thing I read this because I probably would have went in.
But by then you're like 4 to 6 weeks. You're like everything's healed as far as like wounds. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
and stuff like that. It's just like
But
Like even short sessions, right? 10,
so
15
first 1
minutes.
to 2, just ice. 3 to 4, light heat therapy. So yeah, so basically cold plunge is good essentially as soon as this is off, but sauna wait 3 to 4 weeks.
yeah.
Interesting. Good thing
So
I read that
end
'cause
of
I
end of
probably would've-
April, you'll be good for saunas.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah, to prevent or excessive heat. Yeah, whatever. It's kind of what was all up there before. Okay. Red light. It sucks, yeah, because it's probably just mostly a waiting game.
Yeah, dude. It's been
Patience,
fucking
man.
a slow burn, dude.
Yeah.
It's been a slow burn, but we're slowly getting there. Slowly but surely.
What else you got? Anything?
Get jelly roll in here, man.
Yeah.
Jelly roll.
That would be sweet.
That would actually be so fucking dope.
Okay, I'll tell you about that now.
Until next time. Thanks for listening. See ya.